now it's 7. It's 7, so it's time. Hi. How's it going? It's good to see you. We're here, and we're doing the thing. Welcome to Order 42. I'm Rob, and we've got Cosma, we've got Little Pee-wee here. Just had meat and baked potato with sour cream ready to rock and roll. That sounds good. I had hot dogs. What are you going to do? Moi and Noir. Hello. It's good to see you guys. And Cosmo was first. Let's look. Cosmo was first this week. So that's just the way it goes. But how's it going? How's it going, guys? I mean, look, we've got a lot. We've got a lot to talk about. Now, Moi and Noir, you might have been first, once we went live. I don't actually know. But Cosmo was first. He was first this week. It was first. Wieners. Why are we talking about wieners? Oh, hot dogs. Yeah. Yeah, it was good, actually. I hadn't had them in quite a while. Hadn't had the hot wieners in my mouth for a while. So, but look, here's the thing. I'm back to 100%. I can taste things, including wieners. I'm able to taste my liquids. My tea tastes great. Life is pretty good right now. It's not bad. It's not bad. Now, we really do need to talk about what's going to happen next week, because it's a holiday week, number one. And number two, we've got a big movie coming out next week. A big movie that premieres on Tuesday night. So we got to talk about what we're going to do for a stream. Are we going to do a Monday stream? We're going to do a Wednesday stream? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? See, not a cold bun, Little Pee-wee, not a cold bun. See, what I do is here's my process. And there's probably better processes, maybe some faster processes, but this is pretty fast. Okay? I have those where you pick the paper towel, right? That you pick the size. So it's about that wide, right? About that wide. That looks a lot wider. Anyway, a single sheet of paper towel, right? I fold it over. I get water and I wet each side, right? Unfold it. Put the hot dogs kind of diagonally in the middle, and I roll the hot dogs up in the wet paper towel, fold the ends over, throw it in the microwave for, I don't know, 42 seconds. Something like that. Then, when those come out, you get the buns. You put the hot dogs in the buns. You lay the wet paper towel, which also now has some hot dog juices on it. Some wiener juice. You put that over the buns, so it steams the buns. You put it in there for another 15 seconds. So you got little soft, hot. I'm telling you, I think that's the play. I don't know about you, but I think that's the play. I think that's how you do it. BC, you're here for the laughs? Well, good luck with that, because I'm not that funny. That's not true. I mean, I can be funny from time to time, but yeah, but no, to me, that's the play, because you get that kind of steamed bun thing going, but it's, yeah, I think it's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. A Monday stream, then also a Wednesday stream. Bucho, welcome. Everybody, look, it's Bucho. That is Bucho. And by the way, he is wearing the original Order 42 shirt that my dad actually made. And there were very few of those made. Very few. But now we've got the new ones, and we still have to talk about that too. We still have to talk about that. Like I know there's people that probably want to go ahead and buy one, but it's just going to have to be a Discord thing. Get in Discord, either DM me or whatever. We'll figure it out. But I can guarantee you that I will charge you as little as possible. Because number one, I'm making the shirts. I'm shipping the shirts. So it's literally going to be probably like $15 plus whatever it costs to ship to you. So you just let me know. So, but I mean, look, it's going to have to be Discord, or you can DM me on Twitter or email me if you want. I don't care. But I think that's going to have to be how we do it. And I've got some designs left that I've already made. So if you want one of those, cool. If not, I can show you the designs that I have remaining, and then we can go from there. We just, hey, we just play it by ear. How's that? But anyway, maybe not a Monday and a Wednesday stream. Maybe one or the other. You like your buns toasty too, Cosmo? Me too. Extra toasty. But I like them steamed, they soften up. It's just nice. It's nice. That's too long of a process? Really? That's about 3 minutes worth of work. I mean, you have a cooker toaster specially made for hot wieners. Wow. I don't eat that many hot dogs. I don't. But that's just the way it is. But look, here. Let me show you. Let me show you. Ooh. I dropped something. Okay, here's what I've got right now. This is an extra large. The Order 42 with the blacked out logo. I've got a large red with the gradient logo. And then I have, what is this? This is an extra large with just the Order 42 logo. And then I've got some others, like I said, that I've got some designs left and some shirts left. So you guys just let me know. You want to do that? Cool. If not, hey, this isn't a pay to play kind of thing. You want to hang out and you don't want to have to buy anything? That's fine. It's fine. I will have to be drinking more. I will say that. And Ted, welcome, Ted. Good to see you. Good to see you, sir. But let's see. What's first? Oh. So yeah, Monday and Wednesday. Monday or Wednesday, I should say. We need to do a stream next week. So maybe we should do a poll. Where's the poll thing? It's moved. No, it's not. It's right there. What day next week should we do a stream? Ricky, how's it going? Monday or Wednesday? I'm sorry, I'm not doing both. I can't do both. I can do one or the other. But let's just, I opened up my mail for some reason. I like how it emails me to let me know that I'm live. Why does it do that? Why do you do that, YouTube? I don't know why. But the reason why is because Napoleon, Ridley Scott's Napoleon, 2 hours and 38 minutes, is coming out. It's coming out on Tuesday. And I got to do a review on that. I have to. It's a Ridley Scott movie. I've got to do it. So that means I won't be able to do a stream. And if I did do a stream on Tuesday night, it would be late. And I don't really like doing late streams. And plus, I like to announce it and all that kind of stuff. I don't know when I'm going to be done with the video. Sometimes, man, these videos I can just crank them out. Sometimes they take a long time to edit. It depends on the movie. It depends on what I've got to put in there. I might watch this movie and go, you know what? I want to bring in some video of this or that. I just don't know when I'm going to be done. So that's why I say Tuesday's off the table. Monday or Wednesday. You guys let me know. I'm actually surprised that it seems more people want Monday than Wednesday. That's surprising to me. Poll keeps popping up, but it's blank. Interesting, because mine is it just shows there. I don't know Bucho on a personal level, but I'd make love to him. Hell, I'd probably even pay. Wow. I mean, did you see that? Did you see that, Bucho? It's interesting. Very interesting. It emails you to let you know you're live just in case someone hacksers you and starts streaming on your channel without you knowing. I don't know if is that possible? Is that possible? Did I get a trim? What are you talking about? Yes, I did. I did cut my hair yesterday. I did. It was way too long. I mean, this is much nicer. It's nice. It's nice. Oh, it's working now. Good. You're going to be baking muffins Wednesday. I'll have a better chance to watch Monday. Okay. Well, that works. How am I feeling, Jay? I saw some of the pictures. I mean, I didn't see everything. I'm sure I didn't see everything. Okay. But I did see the fun that you guys were having at Really Rad Weekend, and I am sorry that I missed it. I started feeling better, kind of better Wednesday night. I was still not great on Tuesday when we were streaming, but we still went 3 hours, and that was probably a bad all day Wednesday. My throat was just destroyed. But yeah, I started feeling better Thursday during the day, and then I took another test. I took a test. When did I take the test? I took the test Wednesday night. No. I can't remember what day I took the test, but basically I was positive on like Sunday night. I was negative on Tuesday night or Wednesday night, and then 2 days later I took it and negative and then negative. So I've been negative since like Wednesday, but I started really feeling better on Thursday and Friday. So yeah, I'm feeling, and my sense of smell and my sense of taste is back. So no one choose Wednesday. Damn you. That's AEW day. Nobody cares about AEW in here. I'm just kidding. I don't even know. Hey, you like AEW? Go for it. Either day is fine. I have no life. Okay. That works. I just made up that stream jacking bollocks using the power of imagination. Hey, you need to watch it. Am I filming with us tomorrow? Y'all are filming? That's the first I've heard of it. If you're filming tomorrow and you want me there, then sure. Maybe you should probably text me when and where. But sure, sure. I feel fine. I am going to see Napoleon opening night. Yes, James. That is why we will be doing flea market in the morning. Okay. What time? And where are we meeting? Are we meeting at the studio? If we are, then I just need to know what time. So yeah. But yes, Napoleon opening night. I have tickets for 3:30 in Southlake, which is probably 30 minutes away. But it's a better. I didn't want to go to. You texted me. Okay. Works for me. Kiss emote. Yes. 9:30. Okay, so I need to be up. I need to be up like 8 so I can get some caffeine in me and a shower. So yeah. Why isn't Napoleon opening on a Friday night? Well, I mean, it's Wednesdays or Fridays, right? So this one's coming out on Wednesday. So, yeah. Yeah. That's just the way it goes. And by the way, speaking of Jay, I know that on his stream, he did a thing where he was doing like a live commentary of Adventures in Game Chasing. We've been talking about doing that on Discord. So I'm thinking maybe Friday night. I don't know. I don't know if y'all want to do that or not, but I would think it would be fun to do that if you guys want. Now, what I want to do is I also want to record it, and I'll be recording through OBS, which means you guys won't be on the video. I'll basically just be recording, well, me and the screen of the movie, but you'll be able to hear you. So if you guys want to do that, if you think that would be fun, yeah. Let's talk about it tomorrow. Softball playoffs are this Friday. Oh, Jay, would you want to be a part of that? Because I think that'd be fun too. But my whole thinking was I didn't want it to be on the live stream because number one, I would be getting ad revenue off of that, and it wouldn't be a normal, like, just sit down and watch a movie, because I'd be pausing it, maybe show a picture or two, you know what I mean? Kind of behind the scenes sort of thing. Did you just invite yourself? Well, I mean, if you want, anybody's welcome. Anybody's welcome. I just thought that it's something that we'd been kind of discussing for a while, and I didn't want to do it on YouTube because my live streams go, after the stream is done, it just goes on there, right? But if we do it where it's on Discord and I record it, then I can put it up on my YouTube channel as unlisted. That way, no one can just go watch the movie. I would rather, look, if you're going to watch the movie, I'd rather you go watch it on Tubi, for free, with the ads and all that stuff. So, the movie gets the credit for the ads and the view and all that kind of stuff. This is more for the people that have been fans for a while and have been hanging out here and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Look, here's the deal. Join the Discord if you want, and we'll figure it out. And like Jay said, softball playoffs are this Friday, so maybe that's not if he wants to be a part of it, then maybe we'll figure that part out too. I don't know. Look, it's an idea that I started messing with a while back, and then now Jay says that he wants to be a part of it. So that's a different story. I'd have to rethink the whole way we would do it, because the way I was going to do this, I was going to have my little stupid head in the corner with the movie playing full screen, but with Discord and all that, it would just be different. So we just got to figure it out. But anyway, I'm way behind. So we will figure it out, and we'll get back to you. Okay? Wednesday would be no good since preparing for Thanksgiving. I understand that. And that's why I was like, it's either going to be Monday or Wednesday. I would think, I'm actually surprised that Monday is so popular. We at 79% right now. And that's fine with me. I'm going to go back and change my answer now just to spite you. Will I see Zelda opening night? As soon as the Mario movie hit it big, I knew Zelda was next. Oh, for sure. That was obvious. But will I go see it opening night? It depends. If it's a musical with, live action animals like dogs and cats and things, it won't be for me. If it is what I hope it's going to be, then sure. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah. Oh, yeah, I already said that. Let us know what flea market so we can all get there early and get the good stuff before you all get there. Dead. And Shozama, yeah, absolutely. Thanksgiving. I mean, what would be cool? Look, I'll just say this about the whole view along. What would be cool is if we did it in a way that everybody, like Jay, you and I, like we could sit here, we could watch it, and we could discuss it or whatever, or anywhere, right? And just have the discussion. But I just didn't want to take away from views of the movie. And then secondly, I didn't want it to just be live on the channel. So that's what I was thinking. Movies released the week of Thanksgiving come out on Wednesday that week instead of Friday. There you go. Stick to the plan. Anticipate. Don't improvise. Never yield an advantage. Fight only the battle you're paid to fight. Wraith. Yes. Yes. Thursday. Review going up Thursday. So. Good stuff. And Not Gary, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see. I mean, gosh, just a bunch of high. And the Carbonite Dreams is here. Yes. Are you playing the new Mario game on Switch? What are your favorite Mario? What's my favorite? I haven't bought that game yet. Wonder. I have not bought it yet. It is on the agenda. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Not playing a lot of video games currently. I played through some of the second season of Diablo 4 and got tired of it pretty quickly. And now I've just been reading a lot. So, a PG swashbuckling adventure Zelda film. Did I watch Conan the Barbarian yet? No, I have not. But I did watch Out of the Past, and Out of the Past was fantastic. Like, seriously, one of the best noir movies out there. Awesome. And yes, Wraith does have voluminous. Let's see what Billy thinks tomorrow. Okay. Sounds good to me. I just think it'd be fun, to do not just a commentary, but a live commentary. I just think that'd be cool. So, yeah. Am I going to cook a turkey? If so, back or deep fry? No, because I shouldn't cook anything. Like, nothing. Okay? No. It's not true. I cook some things, but doing a turkey, never done it. If so, bake or deep fry? Neither. Or back fry. I wouldn't back it or bake it or back fry it or anything. Because it's just my wife and I. So, Out of the Past is streaming on Max. Might need to check it out. You should check it out. It's really good. And the dialogue is so great. Some of that dialogue is some of the best dialogue, like, in any movie. A couple of quips from Robert Mitchum seriously made me laugh, like, a lot. It was like, this is good. So Shazama, thank you for that. That was really, really good. And yeah, I need to watch Conan the Barbarian. I know. I hate turkey. Tough, stringy meat. I will make glazed whole duck with caramel date sauce. Well, look at you, Mr. Fancy Pants over here with a date sauce. Mitchum versus Douglas was great. I mean, the whole thing was great. I just really, really enjoyed it. And I actually watched a bunch of older movies. I watched Hitchcock's Foreign Correspondent. I watched The Lady Vanishes. This is all in me trying to get better. And what's weird is when you have that haze in your head. That was weird. When you have that haze, you don't want to watch something that you don't know, or at least I don't, because I can't really engage with it the same way. And it's just not good. So when I started feeling better, but not well enough to really sit and talk and do a stream or whatever, I was watching some of the older movies on my backlist. Backlist? On my watch list. You know what I mean? So yeah, I was watching some of these older movies. There was something else I watched. But yeah, I can't remember what it is. But I've been watching some older movies. Watch list backlog. That's what I happened. My watch log. Date sauce sounds delicious. It really does. But it's, I mean, yeah, I'm not usually that fancy with my food, you know? Like seriously, you get me on Thanksgiving a turkey smoked preferably, but not, hey, a regular turkey, regular stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy, all over. Okay? I love my gravy. That's all I need. And maybe a roll. But none of the other stuff. Like, oh, well, we're going to do green bean casserole. Okay, go for it. My sister makes this thing, and this is nothing against my sister, but my sister makes this thing, and she just calls it pink fluff. And it's some sort of weird marshmallow thing. And that part of the family just loves it. I eat it and I go, I don't get this. Like, I don't even understand it. There's stuff that I've seen people eat at Thanksgiving that I'm just like, no. I don't need that. This is a truffle aioli tinkle or just whatever. Just stop talking. Turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy. Done. I'm easy. I'm easy when it comes to turkey. And sure, brining a turkey and all that stuff, I know that makes it, I mean, look, I've watched Good Eats, okay? I know how to do, or I've never done it, but I know the basics of all that stuff. But I've never done it. Never done it. For a great turkey, look up Alton Brown for Food Network. How to brine a turkey. I've been doing it for years. So good and juicy. Yes. I have the entire Good Eats series. So you name it, I can probably follow that video because Alton Brown is, to me, he's the best. I love him. And he makes me laugh. I like his movie references, and stuff like that. But I like Alton Brown. So yeah, it's just not something that I've ever needed to do because, again, it's me and my wife. So it's hard to go with this big production when you only have two people. So yeah, I'll grill the occasional steak. I'll make our turkey tacos. Awesome. I make, what else do I make? I make this thing called Santa Fe soup, which is awesome. But yeah, I don't go nuts. I do this chicken taco, this slow cooked chicken taco thing. It's just basically chicken breasts that but it's almost like the if you've ever had tinga, it tastes a lot like that. It's good. But yeah, the ancient Egyptians would roast whole duck with date sauce. It is real good. It was King Tut's favorite meal. Yeah. Never done that. In fact, I think I've only had duck once. And I don't remember it being great. Hitchcock's Rebecca, interesting gothic feels. I actually have Rebecca on my my wish list, my Amazon wish list. And it's one that I keep looking for to rent or to, because I've never seen it. It's hard for me to just buy movies that I've never seen until there's a Criterion sale. And I've already made some Criterion purchases this year, and I haven't seen any of those. So I spent about $60 on some Criterion movies that are coming probably next week. And that's another part of our deal. Right now, there are a ton of sales. Barnes & Noble, of course, 50% off of all Criterion movies. And then Amazon is running a ton of sales. And Best Buy are both running a ton of sales on 4K discs and Blu-ray discs. And of course, what do we get this week? We got this little news item. I don't have it to show you, but it was actually really interesting about the amount of people that started to have gone back to buying physical releases, whether it be Blu-ray or 4K or DVD. And it's something like 41, and again, I'm making up these numbers, but it's some 40 something people still buy physical releases. 30% will buy digital or physical, or a mixture of the two. I think you would consider me into that because I still buy some digital releases from time to time. But for the most part, like if it's a movie that I really, I want to buy, for example, Across the Spider-Verse, I got the 4K Blu-ray coming. So yeah, but I'll also have that digitally. So it's kind of like, I'm kind of in the middle. And then there's like another 30% roughly that are digital only. So the fact is, there's still between 60 and 70% of the people out there that buy movies on a regular basis will still buy a physical release if available. So I think that's awesome. And I think the studios need to pay attention to that. So, White Dog. White Dog. What is this? Is this White Dog? Seriously? I have never heard of this movie. Is it a horror movie? Okay. No, I've never heard of this movie, and yeah. No. For a second, I thought that was since we were talking about older movies, like I thought you were gonna be talking about what is it, White Heat, right? James Cagney? I thought that's what you were thinking of at that, but no, I've never heard of that movie or whatever. My neighbor makes deviled eggs the best. Also, a lot of people make candied yams. How do I feel about pies? No, I'm talking about just the desserts. Go ham. Do whatever you want to do. Go nuts. You want to make a cake? Sure. A pie? Absolutely. Pecan pie, pumpkin pie, apple pie, cherry pie, rutabaga pie. I don't care. Go nuts. But when it comes to the actual meal, the meal, I don't need anything else but turkey, mashed potatoes, and stuffing with gravy on top. That's all I care about. That's just me. But yeah, like a broccoli casserole, sure. My wife makes a broccoli casserole. It's great. Macaroni and cheese doesn't seem like a Thanksgiving thing, but a lot of people do it, including parts of my family. So it's a thing. But I don't really care. Candied yams, no. Deviled eggs, okay. Deviled eggs is like a here, eat this so you don't, get into the rest of the stuff while we're trying to still prepare everything. Have some of these deviled eggs. Okay, sure. It's not my favorite though. I'm not a big deviled eggs guy. I'm not a big hard-boiled egg guy, period. I like scrambled eggs. That's about it. So, pink fluff sounds good. Maybe like an ambrosia salad. I mean, sure. Stuffing back cornbread with chopped up celery in it, the fry up sausage, green onions, mix it all together, add some chicken broth and back at it. I mean, sure. Yeah. Beef Wellington. Never had it. Turkey, ham, taters, gravy rolls. There you go. See, I don't even care about the ham. I like ham. I'm a ham eating mother trucker. But I don't care about that. Don't care about it. I'd rather just have turkey, gravy. If you had to choose, prefer pies or cakes? I think there are more cakes that I like than pies. But Man, I love a good pecan pie. And I love a good apple pie. If you make an apple pie correctly with the right ratio, because the one thing about pies is it's all about, to me, it's all about the crust. If you've got too much of that crust flavor, it ruins everything. But a good apple pie, come on. Come on now. That being said, I do like a lot of cakes. I'm not a pie person. Yeah. Take a cauldron of water and oil, put smooth flat rocks on the bottom, put a layer of onions and beef tenderloins in between the layers of rocks and boil it. That was Genghis Khan's favorite meal. Are you just eating meals from famous people? You said Genghis Khan, and then who did you say earlier? King Tut. So, all right. I mean, I'm going to deep fry 2 turkeys this year. One of them we're going to try to chicken fry it. Pies all the way. Okay. But yeah, to me, stuffing is it's a food group. It might as well be a food group. Can't wait to see Top Gun Maverick in 4K. It is great in 4K. It looks awesome. Sounds awesome. Man, if you got a good sound system, man, that sounds great. Tres Leche is legendary. Cracker Barrel has chicken fried turkey. Not quite sure what to think about that. Cracker Barrel has got some good stuff. I mean, are they the bastion of Southern cooking? No, but it's really good. There's some really good stuff. Cheesecake is a cake, even though it is more pie. Is it a cake, though? I mean, I know it's called cheesecake, but it's just a name. If you look at what it is, it's a pie crust with a custardy filling. There's a filling there. Cake is fluffy thing. I don't know. I think cheesecake is technically a pie. Even though it's cake is in the title. You know? Okay, hamburger. There's no ham in a burger. I mean, you can put ham on a burger, but there's no ham in burger, so that doesn't make any sense. Look at this. We're 40 minutes in, we're already off the rails. Only time I buy digital is when I just can't wait for physical, but then I'll buy the first thing when it's available physical. It depends. Now, when you're talking about games, I don't think games matters as much physically. And the reason I say that is because if you're looking at the history of games, right? Pre-internet, you buy a game, you put it in, and that's the game. Nowadays, the game isn't finished until they've done 6 or 7 updates that happen over the internet. In which case, the disc you buy isn't going to have, and in many cases, they don't even ship the full game on there. You know, all the disc is a launcher to download the stuff. So I have a problem with physical games, and they're just, gaming is more convenient. I guess the whole usage, it's more conducive to just download the game and have it there, and you can just sit there and pick whatever game you want to play. It's different with movies. Movies is an intentional, I'm going to watch this movie. So you could put a disc in and it works. And I like that. But hey, to each their own, you know? Last movie I watched, Old Dads, that was pretty good. I actually tried watching that. And about 15 minutes in, I'm like, this isn't for me. It was more cringy than anything. And it was like they took Bill Burr's stand-up and they twisted it and tried to fit it into a story. And it's just not for me. But I'm glad you liked it. But yeah, I didn't care for it. Pizza for Thanksgiving. I'm down. See, here's the thing. I'm not tied to the turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, whatever. You want to go crazy? You want to do something completely different? I'm down for that. But if you're going to make those things, you can just stop there. You don't have to bring in, oh, look, it's the green bean casserole. I'm like, yeah, I tasted that. It's not bad. But I could completely do without that. You know? It's like buying a really, really nice car with the antenna ball that goes on your antenna. You totally don't need that. But if, hey, we're giving that to you for free, you'd be like, I mean, okay, I don't really need it, but all right. I'm coming up with the worst, the absolute worst things. The similarities are not there. I'm just trying to say you don't need to make anything else. Just saying. Thanksgiving pizzas are a real thing and also real delicious. All right. I'm so far behind. Deviled eggs for that easy protein. Buffalo chicken dip. Okay. We also have tamales since a lot of people will make them around this time of year. I'm down for tamales too. But I mean, I'm just talking about traditional American Thanksgiving staples. I would love to go to a Mexican Thanksgiving and see what that's like. But I don't have any Mexicans in my family. 0. Actually, that's not true. That's not true. But he comes to ours, so I don't know. Been eating a lot of hard-boiled eggs, 2 to 4 a day. That's a lot. Got a smoked turkey and pecan pie from New Braunfels Smokehouse from work today in the mail. You know what's funny? I ordered from them one time, probably 15 years ago. I get their thing in the mail every year. And I'm like, that's got to cost you money to ship me basically a pamphlet of what you offer. And I've bought from one time, from one sale, like 15 years ago, you continue to, I don't know. Rob, go back to Old West and get a big order of biscuits and gravy. Eat it for me. It's good stuff, isn't it? Cheesecake and deviled eggs. I'd say that's a holiday meal worth being excited for. But Bonobo Juice, welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm like I said, that dessert, you go ham. Hamburger was named after a man named Sir Hamburger. I found a car that I like, but it needs an engine, but the car is cheap. That's not a car then. That's not a full car. Saint Hamburger? Professor Hamburger. Burr wrote and directed it. Okay, Ted. Well, then, I mean, that might explain it. But it felt very meh to me. I didn't care for it. It felt like it wasn't for me. So, what would you do if you had to watch season 2 of The Last Blockbuster in order to see the next Avatar movie? That's a really weird situation. You know? I'm going to force you to watch something that you don't want to watch so you can watch this. Actually, that's not really that crazy if you think about it. Because, I mean, many people in situations with their significant others have to do similar things. So, sure, I'd probably do it. Now, here, look, I hate to be that guy, but I am that guy. I'm the guy that's going to, somewhat correct you a little bit. The Last Blockbuster was more of a documentary, and it was like feature-length documentary about the actual Last Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon. The show Blockbuster, that is absolutely dreadful, and I hate it. That was a series called Blockbuster. So the Last Blockbuster, if you were going to say if there's a sequel to that, I'd be like, hey, I'd watch it. What do you guys have to say now? But if you're talking about the scripted comedic series Blockbuster that Netflix did, destroyed. Get out of here. Oops. Apparently, Siri heard me. Okay, would you turn off, please? Go away. Okay. But that's a very strange thing. But in a way, if you think about it, that's what a lot of reviewers that are paid reviewers, that's basically what they have to do. Hey, there's this movie coming out that I'm sure you're really looking forward to, but you still got to go watch, Paw Patrol. And you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that you have to watch to get to that really, really good thing that you can see for free. You know what I mean? I spit everywhere. So in a way, you're talking about most reviewers. Me, if I don't care to watch it, I just don't. Honestly, the Hunger Games, the Ballad of Snakes and Rhinos, whatever that movie is, I'm sure it's fine, but I don't care. And I'm not going to pay my own money, to go see a movie that I don't care about. If I'm going to pay money, it's going to be a movie that I really want to see. And so that's why Napoleon on Tuesday, I'll be watching that. I'll be watching that with my whole face. My whole face will be watching, and I will be going, ooh, it's Ridley Scott. I love Ridley Scott. So yeah, of course I'm going to go see that. But the Ballad of, chimpanzees and grasshoppers, I don't care. And that comes out this week, right? And then last week, the Marvels. Look, I'm going to say this. There's a lot of people that are going nuts about the Marvels, one way or the other. Oh, it's really not that bad. Come on. Why are you guys complaining about this? And then you've got, this is the worst thing to happen to Marvel. It's a bust. It's woke. It's turning everything into, okay. I'm going to be the guy in the middle that says, I don't think it's that, but I don't think it's that either. There's just a movie that they might say, hey, we're going to make this movie with this skin, but we're going to make it for like teenage girls. And that's what the commercials look like to me. In which case, not for me. It's just not for me. And if there's anything important to come out of it, I'm sure there'll be many different YouTube thumbnails that will ruin that. And so I just have to wait a couple of days for those people to post those. And then I go, oh, okay. Oh, so they made Mr. Marvel Man. I'm making up a superhero because I don't want to spoil anything, because I don't know what happens in the Marvels. But if that's the big thing that happens that comes out of the Marvels, well, good. I don't have to go see the movie. It's not for me. Same with Star Wars. There's plenty of Star Wars stuff that's not for me. The Young Jedi Adventures or whatever, not for me. And that's fine. So you have to look at those things and go, okay, maybe I don't have to worry about that. But then you might say, but wait, Rob, the Marvel Studios in general, everything is supposed to be part of a big story. And I keep saying, why? I get the whole understanding that the reason that Marvel became what it was is because you felt like you were invested in each and every story, and the story kept building and building until you got to the Avengers, right? I get that. But that doesn't seem like what they're doing now. I haven't watched 2 or 3 of those movies that have come out in the last few years, and I've been able to watch whatever I want and enjoy it. So what's the big deal? That you want to make a movie for teenage girls? Go for it. I don't care. I won't watch it, but go, hey, yay. There's too much extreme out there. That's just the way I feel about it. And now I haven't looked at the chat. You guys might be yelling at me right now going, yo, you son of a... All I'm trying to say is I just don't care that much. And I've come to the conclusion that Star Wars is the same way. In which case, I don't want to talk about the sequel trilogy anymore and what went wrong. I know it went wrong. We all know it went wrong. So why do we keep talking about it? Let's move on. Let's move on to the next thing. What is the next thing? Now, of course, they're saying, oh, we're going to make another Rey movie. I mean, okay, if that's what you want to do, but there's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to watch that movie because It's all about Rey, right? You guys know that, right? If you, hey, you know that. Okay. Well, then I guess go for it. I don't know. Maybe it's just because there's plenty of things. There's plenty of things out there to watch and to enjoy that don't have the taint of Disney on it. If you want to look at it that way. You know, I don't actually look at it that way. There's been some great things that have come out of Disney, Star Wars and Marvel, and there's been some things that I don't like. So there you go. Now, wait a minute. Now that I'm looking, this is my chat is paused here. Ricky, what the hell is wrong with you? You don't like tamales? What does Leon have for Thanksgiving or would like to have being across the pond? I don't know. That would be interesting, though. That would be interesting. I don't know what Leon would do. For Rebecca, I didn't pick up the Criterion version. I picked up on eBay. Used Alfred Hitchcock collection has Notorious, Rebecca, and Spellbound. I've seen I own Notorious. Somewhere. I own it. But I have not seen that one yet. Yeah, I own that one. I haven't seen it yet. And Spellbound, I don't know if I've seen that one. Spellbound is not available elsewhere. Okay. Needs an engine, but I do my own work on vehicles. Oh, no, I remember, Ricky. I remember. Besides tracking down the more expensive single release. Gotcha. LOL that I hate it was beautiful. I don't know what happened. I missed it. I'm sorry. But I'm glad you liked it. The Last Blockbuster was a good documentary. I'm always good. That was good. I actually really enjoyed that. I wish they had more from older employees instead of, hey, I remember when I went in there and I rented things. You know, I would have liked to have heard from actual employees, but it's fine. Despite being a fan of his podcast and stand-up, I didn't get too far into Bill Burr's TV show, F is for Family, either. Yeah, I watched the trailer and was like, this isn't for me. Papa Troll. I just thought it would be a funny scenario if all the Avatar films were mailed to your house this week and you had to watch Blockbuster and Bussin' first. Yeah, that would be weird. What's wrong with Paw Patrol? I don't know. I'm just saying. I look at Paw Patrol and I go, I don't want to watch that. That was the whole thing that I was trying to say. All 5 Avatar films in 4K. And Godzilla -1 looks great, doesn't it? It really looks good. Like some like really well done CG, but it could be crap, you know? Only reason why I didn't see The Killer in theaters is due to my sickness. Me as well. And plus, the nearest one is, I think, 45 minutes away from me. I'm sorry, but I'm not driving 45 minutes to see a movie unless especially when it's available here. You know, I couldn't justify it. LOL, whole face reminds me of Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I mean, I've seen that, but is that what, did they say something like that? I've been saying that for years. I want to watch that with my whole face. Or I don't know. I've done stuff like that for a long time. I don't know. What I'm saying is that they probably stole that from me. Probably not, but it's nice to think, right? That I could be that popular that people are stealing things from me. I don't know. Like when the Game Chasers stole. I'm just kidding. I mean, let's be honest, that was for me, but I don't care. It's no big deal. And plus, it's not like you can monetize that or anything. I'm not missing out on, millions of dollars because I don't even know what I'm talking about. Remember, people, stay hydrated or the hydration bear will get you. He will. He'll get you. Icarus on Netflix is a really good documentary. It starts off about competitive bike racing and then ends up being about something else. Don't want to spoil it. Okay. Can't wait to see Avatar: The Last Airbender It does look good. So the Marvels was very mid. Okay. I didn't think the first one was great. New one was worse. Yeah, I didn't really like. I mean, okay, or is it called Captain Marvel? I thought it was pretty good. In fact, I think I own it. But it wasn't like top tier, but it was like I like the scrolls, I like the all the intrigue and all that stuff was cool. I thought she was fine, but yeah. But yeah. The worst thing that happened to Marvel was them not taking at least a 5-year break after Endgame to properly plan out the new shit. I mean, you're not wrong. There's just too much. There's too much with the shows and with the movies, and the quality is all over the place. A great example is this last weekend, right? You've got the Marvels that's kind of like, a lot of people just think, eh. And then Loki season 2, which I think was fantastic. And it's amazing that the same company is making both of these things. And there's a lot of people that probably watch Loki and go, that's just way over my head. It's hard to understand. I'm not putting in the time and effort that it takes to understand this because it's so dense. I get that too. So it's really strange. They're in a weird spot right now. And I think it's actually good that they've other than Deadpool, they've pretty much just said, okay, next year we're taking the year off. Let's refocus. Let's figure out what's going on. Now, the whole Jonathan Majors thing. What's going to happen there? Nobody knows. There's a lady that did that book on the MCU that said recently in a podcast that yeah, the guy that was writing the Adventures movie, The Kang Dynasty, has been let go. So they're probably moving away from Kang. But do we know that? Do we know that for sure? Or have they extended everything out so they can say, okay, let's figure this out. Let's Jonathan Majors, what's going on? Let's figure out that situation. Once we got that figured out, then we can move forward. I don't know what they're doing. And I don't think anybody knows for sure except for the people that work at Marvel. Because nothing official has come out. Other than the reports that, yeah, that guy is doing other things now. So, a new Rey movie is going to be a real tough sell. I know it. But there's probably people out there that, and I mean, maybe nobody here, but there's probably a lot of people out there that are like, oh, they're going to do another movie with Rey and the New Jedi Order? Oh, that sounds cool. Okay. And the thing is I'm always rooting for things to be great. I'm not this guy, and I mean, you guys know this. I'm not that guy that's going to sit there and totally shit on something before I've seen it. Because who knows? It might be awesome. They might have a really kick-ass story to tell. I don't know if that's true. I think in a lot of ways I don't know what the thinking is. I'm hoping that there's an actual story to be told. Like, oh my God, I cracked it. And now it's going to make everything work. And I mean, that's what we all want, right? But I don't know, man. I don't know. By the time you read this, you will be behind and Bucho will still be down under. That's probably true. Oh, I thought you said the new Raid movie, not Rey. No, Rey Skywalker. Right? I don't know. You don't like Mexican food, remember? Oh, Ricky, yeah. Doesn't like Mexican food. Got tired of it because of your family. Yeah, but come on, man. Tamales are awesome. Do they have Thanksgiving in England? I'm pretty sure they don't. But I don't know. They have it in Canada. Of course, that's still America, technically, North America. So, Notorious Becca. I do know Ricky because I'm schmort. Oh, that's right. I forgot that y'all are brothers, right? Godzilla -1. Seriously, it's the sequel to Godzilla -2. Yeah, you have to count backwards because it's -1. No, it's spell it out. -Minusone. Godzilla -1. That's the new movie that's coming out from Japan, from Toho, right? And it just looks cool. It looks cool. I heard Killers sucked. The Killer or Killers of the Flower Moon? Because I liked both of those. There's a part in Tucker and Dale when an axe flies by a character's face and he says, "What's wrong with you, man? That's my whole face." Ah, I didn't know that. Tucker and Dale versus Evil was actually it was really good. Yeah, I remember liking it, but I mean, yeah. I was so underwhelmed with Loki season 1, but everybody's saying season 2 is tits and really brought it around. I remember finishing season 1 and going, I don't know if I'm smart enough for this show. I don't know. Season 2, same thing. Going, I mean, I'm understanding that they're speaking English, but I'm not getting this. And then I started watching parts of season 1 again, and things started to really like, oh my God. Things started to click for me, and I'm like, this is really impressive. But it takes work. It takes actual work to understand it. And I mean, I'm not saying that I'm the smartest guy in the world, but I'm kind of smart. I have my moments where I'm pretty smart. And I wasn't following a lot what was going on. So, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I really liked it. I mean, I understand it if there's people that don't like it, but man, You know, if Marvel takes 1 to 2 years off to compose themselves, someone is going to complain. But that's the thing. We're complaining now, right? Most of the talk about the Marvels has been about how bad it is. And of course, oh my God, look at the box office. It's the lowest the box office has been for Marvel ever, you know? And it's like, who? Seriously? Why am I seeing that so much? I mean, I get it. I understand. But it feels vindictive. The people that keep bringing it up instead of, just reporting on it. Yeah, this looks to be a flop. But all the people that weren't going to go see the Marvels in the first place are going to see everybody. It's a flop. And I'm like, so was it your money that was up for grabs? Then well, it just shows that a lot of people didn't like it. It doesn't seem to be true. If you look at the audience scores, a lot of people seem to be like, hey, it's not bad. Is it the greatest thing ever? No, but it's not as bad as everybody was saying it was. All I'm saying is it looks like a movie that was not made for me. And so I said, screw it. I'm not going to go watch it. So there you go. Rumor they're recasting Luke, Han, and Leia for the Thrawn movies. I don't know where you heard that rumor, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I thought the Thrawn, it's all supposed to, I don't know. Because the Thrawn movies are taking place after, well, what we just watched in Ahsoka, right? Which I would assume is where everything's going to wrap up in the movie that Dave Filoni's making. But, I mean, I heard a rumor that, they were going to let me direct a Star Wars movie. I read that on the internet. I just made that up. A lot of people make up crap. So I don't know about that one. Hope they do a prequel Tucker and Dale versus Evil -1. Sure. I mean, sure. Absolutely a small minority would complain, but I'm pretty sure the majority of general audiences will take that time to really take in everything they experience and long for what's next. Oh, you're talking about, yes, if they took a break. I would love it if they took a break. But I don't know what's going to happen. And Rufus, welcome. Hi, Rufus. I'm just getting caught up here. I'm sorry. I've been talking. You know what happens? I get to talking, and then the chat just kind of goes right by me. So, Ted, you were talking about The Killer. I think The Killer, you have to get in the movie's wavelength. But hey, I got a review to do here in the next 2 days. So, yeah. Remember when Star Wars movies came out every 3 years? You mean for that 9-year period? And that's really the only time that's ever happened? Actually, that's not true. The prequels came out every 3 years. Yeah, I mean, hey, what are you going to do? It's different now. The Killer is not for mainstream audiences. Don't expect John Wick with Fassbender. I knew beforehand it was a Fincher film, and it was what I expected in such a good way. I mean, not bad, Wraith. Not bad. I went to pick up Northern Exposure, only available in US physical on DVD. Europe has Blu-ray, but region locked, digital as HD. Janine Turner, such a beautiful actress. No streaming services. Right. In fact, our friend John, who was here last week, he's probably not here this week because probably got things to do. He's a big Northern Exposure fan. I tried watching that show, and that's another one where I go, yeah, it's not for me. But yeah, DVD. And in fact, some of them have like the puffy jacket thing on the outside, don't they? Am I wrong about that? Is that what I'm thinking? Northern Exposure DVD. I could have sworn. Yeah, there it is. The orange jacket. The orange parka. There you go. I was right. And that's how you know I used to work at Blockbuster. There you go. Proof. Proof in the pudding. And I don't understand that terminology or that saying. The proof is in the pudding. Why is it in the pudding? Do I have to eat a lot of pudding to get to the proof in there? Why did you put the proof in the pudding? Why couldn't you have just handed it to me? Like a human being. Why did you put it in pudding? Well, I was hiding it. I can think of a lot of places to hide the proof. It wouldn't be in my freaking dessert. Just saying. Janine Turner, a name I haven't heard. Name I've not heard in a long time. Long time. Yes. Long time. Not much carbonite. Just finishing cleaning. What? Why would you have that on your tools, Rufus? That seems like a strange thing to have on your tools. Oh yeah, Ted, I don't pay attention to that person. 2 different people both said they were recasting. One said it was to reboot the original trilogy. Another said it's for Thrawn movies. 2 people that, I mean, who are these people? That's the thing, man. And look, Ted, I'm not getting on to you. I'm not trying to say, just take this for what it is. I never listen to anybody that's not from Variety, Deadline, or The Hollywood Reporter, or an official YouTube channel. An official YouTube channel like StarWars.com or, you know what I mean? Marvel.com. I don't listen to those people because there's so many people that are misleading people on purpose or just trying to get a rise out of people for the clicks and the ad revenue. Don't care about that stuff. You know, I've got my own thoughts, and if I wanted to engage with that, it would be on a basis of trying to dismantle their theories, because speaking of theories, there's another one. It's just a lot of people, man, who just seem hell bent on getting people riled up. And I'm like, I don't like that. I mean, you'll never hear me say something unless it's clearly a joke. But you'll never hear me say something in order to try to get, oh my God, I'm trying to be clickbaity. And oh my God, what's the worst thing? Kathleen Kennedy ate my dog. Nothing happened like that. There's so many people out there that like that that's all they do. And then to me, they're preying on people that for whatever reason love that drama. And they got to have that drama and I just want to be angry, you know? And I'm like, life's too short for that shit for me. So yeah, I don't listen to those rumors. If it's not something that has been officially announced, I don't listen to it. I just don't. It's interesting to have the conversation. Oh, what if they decided to do an original trilogy reboot? How would they go about that? It would be interesting to talk about that. But saying that there's going to be a whole new slew of Thrawn movies, nobody has said that. I want to see one Star Wars movie. I mean, when's the last time we had one? Oh yeah, the Rise of Palpatine. We haven't had a finished Star Wars movie since. So yeah, I just don't believe that stuff. Anyway, that's my take. I'm late AF and he apologized to me. Bro, you can only be given credit or be held accountable for things you did of your own free will. Rufus, I'm sorry. You enjoyed Northern Exposure back in the day? I didn't like any of that stuff. I didn't watch TV back then, like at all. At all. Pudding is a great place to hide stuff. That's all. The pudding is in the pants. The pants are in the pudding. I got the pants out of the pudding. And the proof is in there. I remember not hating Northern Exposure. Pudding these nuts. Nuts? Is it chocolate pudding? I mean, we don't know. There's a lot of questions here. I will be even weller when Rob gets to the part of the stream where he goes over the topics to cover from the Discord. Well, hey, you know, I mean, look, okay. It looks like Monday is the thing. So next Monday, 68% say Monday. So we're going to do a stream on Monday night. And the reason that we're doing that is because Napoleon is coming out on Tuesday. That's just the way it is. Now, I'm going to start another poll. Okay? I'm going to start another poll. Where is that? It is in topics to cover. It's such a funny question. Bam. New poll. And this is from Bucho. But there's actually another one. Another one that he wants me to discuss. And you know, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. You missed the intro? Well, I'm sorry, Ninjinzu. Welcome. Good to see you. Maybe it refers to the pudding sets or not. Like if it's running, it's not good. Rumor. Oh, no. And Ted, for sure. It's a rumor, but I don't deal in rumors. I try to deal as much as I can in fact. And it's the same reason why the UFO conversation is interesting, but it's also one of those things where you get to a point where you're like, extraordinary evidence. Or, you know, saying. Poke and pour chocolate cake with banana pudding with peanut buttercream frosting. Trust me. Not sure what that means. That seems crazy. It just goes to the extremes you're talking about earlier. People so divided these days. I know why. I don't understand. I don't understand. 16-bit Pete. Looky who we got here. Did I go to Florida with the gang? Well, I mean, 16-bit Pete, you must not have been hanging around here on the Order 42 channel, because you would know that I had the disease which must not be named, and that I could not attend really rad weekend. I would have loved to have gone though. I'm just kidding, Pete. I'm kidding. But no, I would love to have gone. And I probably could have, but according to every website out there about COVID, I said it. I just didn't have the time to be able to do that because I tested positive Sunday night, which meant that I had to, in order for me to go maskless, I would have had to test negative Tuesday night and Thursday night. But I think Billy was leaving Thursday. And I'm like, I still don't even feel great. I mean, I tested negative Tuesday night, but I still didn't feel great until I didn't actually start feeling better until Friday. So I didn't want to put Billy through that. And I didn't want to wear a mask, to be honest, for the whole weekend. So I just said, screw it. I shouldn't go. So I didn't go. But sounds like I missed a good time. Of course, you had Billy J, 8-Bit Eric was there. Excuse me. Yoshi was there. Nintendo was there. I loved hanging out with those guys last year. Yoshi in particular, again, the reason that script really, it lit a fire under me to finish that script. Because Yoshi basically said, you need to finish that script, and talked with me for hours. And it was an amazing weekend last year, and I had so much fun. And it sucks. It sucks that I wasn't able to go this year, but that's the way it goes. There should be a meta prediction site which tracks all the outlets who put out pop culture rumors and gives each channel site a score based on the percentage each of them gets right. That's a good one. That would be great. But no, there's nothing like that. Weird, my polls keep coming up blank. I don't know what's going on, Ted. Maybe it's some sort of alien conspiracy. I don't know. RoboCop is one hell of a gorgeous looking game. I want to play it. Is it out on console or is it only like Steam Deck and stuff? Because I don't have anything to play Steam Deck stuff. Scott Wolf looks like his brother Matthew Fox from Party of Five, or his brother Mark Dacascos from Double Dragon. I mean, that's a good point. And yeah, I think I agree with the majority of people. 75% of the people say that Scott Wolf looks more like Michael J. Fox than Tom Cruise. But it's a good question nonetheless. And we can all thank Bucho for providing that amazing poll question. Episode 9 edit progress continues. JX editor, I would be very surprised. I would be very interested in seeing what you're doing. But I also know that there's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can edit to change a lot of the problems with episode 9, with really the whole sequel trilogy. Because what you've done, JJ and Chris Terrio, what you've done is destroyed any continuity that's been going on in this whole series, even with your own movies. So there's only so much you can do to fix that. So poke and pour is when you pour Jell-O or pudding before it sets. Into holes poked in cake and generally use Cool Whips. That sounds amazing. I'll tell you what. I tried. There's a what do you call it? Like almost like boutique ice cream. Is it Van Leeuwen? At least I think they're supposed to be like fancy ice cream. Anyway, they came out with a bunch of new flavors, and I tried the caramel sticky bun ice cream. Pretty good. Not bad. I also tried Ben & Jerry's new pecan pie ice cream. I gotta say, it was really tasty, but also like, man, I'm glad this is done because it's rich. It's very rich. To me, his smiling face looks more like Michael J. Fox, but when he's serious, he looks like Tom Cruise. So basically, if he was playing the Joker, then I don't know. It's a difficult but serious question. It is difficult and serious. I got to go. Good night, everybody. Love you, Rob, you handsome bastard, little Pee-wee. I hope you have a good night. You're probably already gone, but I hope you have a good night. It was good to see you here, hanging out. It is on console as well. Okay, see, I need to play that. I'd like to play that more than I'd like to play Super Mario Wonder. I'm just saying. Because that game looks good. I think it's the CIA spying on you. Through YouTube? It's not full price. Best Buy has it for $59.99. Sent you a screenshot from a scene I'm working on. Perchance? Where did you send this? Was it through the twits? The X's and the O's? Was it through... I don't know. I don't know where it is. But okay. Oppenheimer home release basically is saying F streams. Yeah. I mean, what he was basically saying is the same thing that we've all been talking about, right? If you collect physical, you know that they can't change that. When you buy a digital release, right? Through Apple, through Google Play, through Amazon, through whatever, you're basically just buying a key to whatever file they have on that server. And they can change that file whenever they want. So for example, before all of this crap with the French Connection, right? My dad bought it digitally. Guarantee you that file had the complete movie on there. But then whenever Disney decided, or whoever decided to remove the scene in question that changed the movie, all they did was update that file one time. It's just kind of like on your computer when you save over a file, right? And it says, hey, you're replacing this file with this file. Are you sure you want to do this? And you click yes. That's all that happened. And then anybody who actually purchased that key, when they click that key to access that file, it's been changed. It's like a shortcut. It's really all it is. All you've bought is a shortcut to that file that's on that server. And they can change that file whenever they want. Now, is this a widespread issue? Not really. I mean, let's just be honest. It hasn't happened very much. It just so happens that when people catch those changes, man, people make a big deal out of it. They make a big deal out of it. Does it really change the movie that much? I don't know. I never watched that version. The only version I've ever seen is the original version. And because I was like, you know what? I probably ought to go ahead and pick up that Blu-ray. I have the Blu-ray sitting over there. French Connection. Is it there? Yeah, it's right there. It's right there. You can't see it, but it's there. Right in the middle. I've got it. They can't change that. They can change whatever file that you've bought the key to, basically. So, yeah, that's basically what Nolan is saying. And of course, the fact that in a lot of cases, a lot of movies just aren't available for streaming at all. For example, what was the movie that Spellbound? Not available digitally, not available to stream. There's a movie that I was looking at the other day. What was that? Oh, man. Oh, one of the ones is that new Notorious. Alfred Hitchcock's Notorious with Ingmar Bergman, right? I'm pretty sure. But I've never seen it, but I bought the Blu-ray. I wanted to see that movie because it's an older Hitchcock movie. I like older Hitchcock movies. I like old movies anyway. I like watching old movies. Black and white, 4:3, give it to me. I want to see it. But anyway, I bought that as a blind buy because it's not available to stream anywhere and it wasn't available to buy digitally anywhere. I just wanted to rent it just to watch the movie and see if I wanted to buy it. Couldn't find it. So I said, screw it. It's $20. I'll just buy it. I don't do that all the time, but I did it for some Criterion movies that I bought the other day that are on the way. Probably be here sometime next week because Barnes & Noble is slow. If you buy free shipping, get free shipping. So yeah, what he's basically saying is that yes, you probably want to buy the 4K or the Blu-ray or whatever, and that he's put some interesting stuff on the 4K. Christopher Nolan never really goes too far into detail in the making of his movies, and it's one of my it's the same thing that Steven Spielberg does, where there'll be sort of like EPK, electronic press kit, is what that means, but it's basically little fluff things, you know. So why did you decide to do this movie? Well, it's because I'm really interested in Batman and I wanted to do this movie. So stuff that nobody really cares about. There's not really any depth to these special features. Just like a lot of Spielberg movies, it's basic stuff. I like it when someone like Ridley Scott, it's one of the reasons why I love him, is because he'll sit there and tell you, here's the problem with this. And here's what we were trying to do, and it didn't work out, or it did work out. I'm really proud of this shot. He goes far, far, far into detail with most of his movies, and it's the best. I love learning from people that I admire. And Ridley puts that out there on most of his movies. He's got commentaries. Commentaries on Gladiator, commentary. Dude, Kingdom of Heaven, great commentary. And a 4-hour, I think it's 4 hours, documentary on the making of the movie. So you actually get to see some of his processes. And then Ridley will go out to Deadline. Deadline just put out an amazing interview with Ridley today, because Napoleon premiered a few hours ago in France. An amazing interview of him talking about all that. And they talk about his relationship with Stanley Kubrick. They talk about Alien. They talk about James Cameron calling him when they were making Aliens and asking him questions and how he felt hurt about that. And he said, I was actually pissed off. I was actually pissed off when I heard that he was making it, because I was thinking about going back and doing something with Alien. I found that really interesting. Most directors don't do that. So anyway, all I'm trying to say is, yeah, I like Hitchcock. I don't know what I'm... Oh, Nolan talking about Oppenheimer recently and talking about how they put some cool stuff on the 4K. I'm looking forward to it. That is definitely one that I'm going to buy, because I really enjoyed Oppenheimer and I want to watch it again. So I'm going to end the poll here. We've got 11 votes. It's official. Scott Wolf looks more like Michael J. Fox than Tom Cruise. There you go. And yeah, that's one of the biggest reasons, if you're a fan of the making of movies, it's one of the biggest reasons to buy a Blu-ray or DVD or 4K or whatever, is because you get special features. You don't get those on digital or on streams. A lot of digital releases, at least through iTunes, will have the extras if there are extras. But then a lot of movies, like, for example, they'll have a sale on iTunes for Criterion movies, right? And they'll do that just every now and then, just like Barnes & Noble does it every now and then. I wouldn't be surprised if iTunes had them on sale too. But like, they won't have any of the extras. It'll be movie only. So I've purchased High and Dry, which is a Kurosawa movie. I purchased it on there thinking, okay, cool. Now I don't have to buy the Blu-ray on that. No extras. So it's in my wish list. So eventually I'm going to buy High and Dry on Blu-ray, because I love Kurosawa. I've got 2 Kurosawa movies on the way. So there you go. Yeah. And a couple in my HBO Max watch list. Backlog watch list. Yes. That. Is Nolan the hero we deserve? No, but he's the hero we need right now. National Lampoon's Van Leeuwen. Yeah. Little Debbie is doing ice cream in their snack cake flavors. The Star Crunch is very good. I didn't try the Star Crunch, but I actually, did we do that on stream? I think I actually did a video, or I helped to film, that doesn't make sense. I filmed a video of me trying a bunch of the different Little Debbie ice creams, and I never put it out because it just wasn't that good. I was like, screw this. I'm not doing that. And, you know, I'm a mostly movie review website. Or YouTube channel. It didn't make sense. But I've tried most of the older ones, the ones that they released last year. And then I haven't tried the unicorn cake one or the Christmas tree one or the Star Crunch one. And I think they came out with a different one recently. But man, the strawberry shortcake one to me is top tier. Top tier. And then the honey buns one is fantastic. Both of those are top tier. But I really like the strawberry shortcake one. So, Discord. You sent it to me in Discord. Okay. Let's pull up Discord and we look. We shall look. Oh, interesting. Okay. I mean, I think I know where you're going with that, but hey, I'm down, dude. JX Editor. You know me. I would love to watch it. My whole thing is, like I've said before, it's when it's just a checklist of, oh yeah, I threw the deleted scenes in, or I didn't, or whatever. Chocolate and caramel ice cream mixed with crispy rice. Oh, I'm sure it's good. I just haven't tried the Star Crunch one. Ben & Jerry's One Love. Banana ice cream, graham cracker, caramel swirls, dark chocolate peace signs. Ooh, that does sound good. You know what I want? I just want a good vanilla ice cream with like those fudge swirls and then caramel on it. Or I'll tell you what one of my favorite flavors is. You ever had the bunny tracks from Blue Bunny? It's perfect. Caramel, chocolate covered peanuts, a little bit of chocolate. I think there's chocolate swirl and caramel swirl. I love it. It's great. It's fantastic. Have I looked into streaming on Rumble? Heard a guy say on video on Rumble that he has to pay Rumble to be on there. Just wondering if that's true. I haven't looked into Rumble at all because I just don't care. I mean, I don't want to start over. If I had a channel that was in danger of being shut down on YouTube, like if I was covering a certain topic that needed that, then sure. But I'm fine over here on YouTube. And it's the same reason why I haven't gone back to Twitch to stream, because I enjoy having people to talk to. And it's easier. Most people have YouTube, even though I enjoy Twitch for almost everything else. Like, I think their chat's better. I like their subs and all that, the way that works. I like that a lot better. But also, if I want to move up past 1080p, can't do that on Twitch. You're limited to 1080p on Twitch. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons why YouTube makes more sense for me. I'll watch it if you watch it. Okay, Bucho. I mean, you're on. I don't know when I'm going to get to it. I mean, I'm making my way through the list. The next movie or movies to watch on my list are the Before trilogy from Linklater. So I'm pretty sure I've seen the first one. I haven't seen the second one, and I've seen the first one. I think I've seen the second one. I'm positive I haven't seen the third one. So I have to watch those. Those are the next three on my wish list. There you go. The Biggie Smalls movie? No. No. The Usual Suspects is probably my favorite director commentary. That's a good one. I have listened to that one. That's got Christopher McQuarrie on it too, right? Because that's Kevin. What's his name? Not Kevin. Oh God. Directed X-Men 1 and 2, Superman Returns. Why am I going blank? He got in some trouble. But Christopher McQuarrie as well. Yeah. A real thriller with a hip-hop twist. I couldn't vote. Oh, it's okay. I mean, it was serious and it was true, but it's not the end of the world. Scott Wolf or Werewolf of London? What? Just realized I added not Nightbot instead of Ninjinzu like some kind of old man who can't use internets properly. That's right. Haagen-Dazs, huh? I've never been a huge Haagen-Dazs fan. Oscar, what's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, Haagen-Dazs has never been my favorite, but to me, I just want chocolate, like basically a Snickers. Give me the Snickers ice cream, I'm good. It's great. But the blue bunny tracks, they come in little sundaes, like single serve little sundaes, and you can buy it in a tub. Dude, it's my favorite. Chocolate, caramel, peanuts. I'm happy. I'm happy. That's all I need. And I mean, I like the other ones where they're like, hey, this one's got rocks in it, I mean, that's fine too, but I just, but you know what I mean? The ones that are, they go nuts, especially Ben and Jerry's, they go nuts. They're like, we're going to put in, some frozen broccoli and some, lima beans and chocolate ice cream. And it's called Been There, Done That, and I'm just like, okay, but it's just, sometimes I just want something a little, and I mean, just the fact that it's got, for me, my favorite, chocolate, caramel, and peanuts, that's way too much for some people. Some people are just like, just give me vanilla or just give me strawberry. But I don't know. Do you think Rob's forgotten there was another question in the Topics to Cover channel? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Brian Singer. There you go. Brian Singer. Yes. Thank you. Still haven't seen Before Midnight either. There you go. I dug the first two Before movies. I did. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I saw the second one, but I can't remember it, which is part of the reason why I bought it. And I'm like, dude, the first one is fantastic. So yeah, I'd like to see the whole thing. I just noticed Notorious, the Biggie movie, is on Disney Plus. Have I seen it? I have not. Oh, you're talking to Ninjinzu. I can't answer for him. Should Rob watch that and Hitchcock's Notorious and do a 2-movie review comparing and contrasting the two Notoriouses? I don't know. Okay. So we do have some news to get into. First off, let me just say that yes, if you're into the physical media, Barnes & Noble is having their twice a year sale on Criterion right now through the end of the month. All Criterion movies are half off. And there's a ton of great movies on there. Like really super arty movies to more mainstream fun movies. There's a ton of movies on there. And some of the big sets are awesome. Like I've got the Zatoichi set up there. I've got the Before trilogy set. I've got that dude, Dazed and Confused is a great disc. That 4K looks amazing. Like I didn't know that movie could look as good as, because it looks kind of dingy. Dude, it looks amazing in 4K. The Infernal Affairs trilogy is on there. I've got the Once Upon a Time in China trilogy, or I guess it's 5 films, so it's a pentology. Anyway, I've got that set. I've got a ton of them. Of course, I got Thelma and Louise. I've got a ton of Kurosawa. It's an amazing deal. And then, of course, Best Buy and Amazon, those two in particular in the U.S., they were having some really, really good sales on some movies. So 4K discs and Blu-ray discs and DVDs, they're all on sale right now. Or a lot of them are on sale on those two. So check those out if you're interested. Did Rob just skip over me mentioning that there was another question in the Topics to Cover channel? No, I didn't. But I want to get through some of the news, you know? And really, a lot of the news is just talking about the trailers and what you guys think of them. First up, we got this Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I saw this trailer. I'm just going to tell you my thoughts because I'm sure if you guys have thoughts on this, you can put them in the chat right there and we'll talk about it. But for me, I watched this and I went, okay. That was really my thing. It was more of a, all right. And I think it's because it just seems meh to me. I mean, I like the fact that it's going to be in New York. I like the fact that it seems a little different, but I kind of feel very meh about it. But granted, most times that I'm watching a trailer, that's why I don't do trailer, what do you call them? Reactions. Like where you watch the trailer, because I would literally be sitting here like this. This is what it would look like. If you can imagine that the movie is, the actual trailer is playing, it'd be like this. Okay. So that was that trailer, and yeah, I mean, it's a trailer. So click like and subscribe, I guess. I mean, you know what I mean? What do you like? What do you want me to do? I'm not going to be one of those people that's like, oh my God, it's good. I can't do that. I can't do it because it's not real, and I don't get that excited over a trailer for the most part. And if I do, it wouldn't feel like a real reaction with a camera on me. So I'll tell you right now, when I saw that first Force Awakens trailer, the first one, I was like, okay, this looks awesome. Let's watch it again. I mean, seriously, that's what it was. But again, who knows, man? It's yeah. But I didn't think it was going to be that great. So I liked it, thought it looked different, might be a good villain. I mean, possibly. You haven't seen Afterlife. Afterlife was fun. I actually liked a lot of Afterlife. There's some problems with it, but it's not bad. It's pretty good. It's the best. To me, it's the best Ghostbusters movie since the first movie. But take that as you will. You know what I'm saying? Like, you say, okay, so it's better than Ghostbusters 2016. It's better than Ghostbusters 2. For a lot of people, that's not high praise. But that's what it was. It was somewhere, it's not as good as the first movie, but it's pretty good. And it put a smile on my face. And the sound design is great. I love the sound design in that movie. But other than that, So, I think you skipped my chat. I'm on live chat. I didn't do it on purpose. I'll tell you that, Shozama. I would never. And it was just a teaser. You're right, Carbonite. It was. But you said Kino Lorber having a sale this month too. I would say they have a catalog that I would recommend over Criterion sale for better deals and variety. I didn't realize that they were doing a sale as well. I was actually going to point out that, I mean, look, we got digital sales too, right? Digital sales are really good. Oh my God. Unhinged for $1.99. But yeah, there's some great deals digitally, but this site is also great because you can click on Amazon and it'll show you all the deals that they've got going. The Others is a new Criterion release for $25. Let's see. Super Mario Brothers movie in 4K for $10. The Mist in 4K, $12. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, $17. Not bad. But let's take a look at the Kino Lorber site. I'm glad you're not taking me over to Diabolic DVD because they have some titles that may not be, YouTube may not like that. But Kino Lorber, yeah, they definitely have some good movies. Ooh, okay, get out of here. 2 Days in the Valley, huh? Okay, I just saw the sale on noir movies. Let's see. I mean, there's a lot of older movies. Wait a minute. Let me go back. Maybe there's a different... there's some new releases. 2 Days in the Valley. That's a good movie. I haven't seen any of those other ones. Pre-order Gator and White Lightning. The Monster Squad. Not on sale, but you can pre-order the Monster Squad. There's Cujo, Touch of Evil, Night Gallery. Face Off in 4K. So yeah, you can go to the Kino Lorber website if you want. So there you go. But yeah, I like Kino Lorber too. I have some Kino Lorber releases. I have some in my wish list over on Amazon. Yeah, Kino Lorber does some great stuff. Second Sight is another great one. I have that drive set, which is, it's down there. That's a great set. And even though I'm not a huge fan of the movie, but I like that set, and I'm glad that I got it in 4K and all that. It's great. It's great. You can get the Whale at no whale of a price, $5.99. I mean, there you go. $5.99. I also wanted to bring up posters. That there's a new Mean Girls coming out, which I didn't even realize this was a thing. But this Mean Girls trailer came out, and I gotta say, I'm sitting there going, okay, wait, what? So Mean Girls, this movie, is based on the musical that was based on the original movie. So Tina Fey is still involved. I mean, it kind of looks funny. So that's a thing. That trailer came out this week. We also got the teaser trailer for Inside Out 2, which looks kind of awesome. I really enjoyed the first movie. I've only seen the first movie once because it made me cry like a baby, but I do own it. It is a very good movie. And we also got the Garfield trailer with everyone's favorite voice actor, Chris Pratt, as Garfield. Now, I got to say, look, this is not for me. Garfield really hasn't been for me since I was in probably like late elementary school, middle school. So, hey, you're into Garfield, go for it. There you go. So, yeah. We need a Nice Guys movie because we have two Mean Girls. Never saw Mean Girls. Any good? I got to say, that first Mean Girls, number one, top tier Lindsay Lohan. Top tier. She was... I'm just going to say it. She was hot back then. Okay? I don't know how old she was. I don't know how old I was. All I know is she was hot back then. Okay? But the movie's really funny. It's really funny. It's really well done. Of course, Tina Fey was in that as well. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. So, and by the way, by the way, I think Mean Girls is one of those that I feel like that needs a big, the original needs a big re-release as well. I think that's a really good movie, and I've only seen it one time. But man, dude, that movie was funny. So even though I'm kind of like, really, you're doing a remake movie already? But man, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Pulp Fiction 4K is still $7.99 at Best Buy and Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. Haven't seen OG Inside Out nor the new trailer. The Inside Out, I'm going to tell you, man, Inside Out is a good movie. Like, it's one of Pixar's top tier. That's Pixar working at the top of the game. Really, really good stuff. I've never really cared for Garfield either. Garfield is give us a Heathcliff movie. Ito Ramos. I think you said something hi earlier, and I apologize that I didn't say hi. But hi, how's it going? Heathcliff and Garfield are right in that same kind of like, okay, sure, not for me. Like, what joke are you going to tell in these 3 panels? You know, that's really it. I don't remember Mean Girls other than thinking it was really funny. Yeah, it was really funny. And like, to me, it was like, this is going to sound bad if you're a fan of the movie that I'm about to make fun of, But it was like Clueless, only good. That's how I felt about Mean Girls. And I really liked it. I assume Mean Girls is at least watchable because Tina Fey made it. I just never got around to it. Yeah, and I understand that. I mean, it's not exactly, you know, on everybody's watch list, but it was a really funny movie and I really want to watch it again. So I haven't watched it again. Sony movies don't get to me streaming early with the streaming services. I haven't seen the first Spider-Man movie or Ghostbusters. Yeah. Boo Mondays. Yeah, I mean, they released it yesterday, which is kind of funny. They released the trailer on Monday, and Garfield hates Mondays. You're a cat. What have you got to worry about? You ain't got any work to do. Why do you hate Mondays so much? You hate Mondays because, everybody hates Mondays. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Lacey Chabert still got it. Garfield is fun when you're a kid before you discover Calvin and Hobbes. I mean, Calvin and Hobbes is still pretty top tier. That's some good stuff right there. Never cared for Clueless. Mean Girls was legit funny. Yes. Never saw Clueless. It was fine. I'm just saying, I'm making fun of it or whatever, but dude, Mean Girls was really funny. Was Lindsay in Mean Girls? Is that why he digs it? It's why I watched it. But I stayed because the movie was good. The movie was really good. I haven't watched a children's movie made before I was a child since the Lego movie. I mean, there's some really good ones, but you know, that's just the way it goes. Oh man. I forgot that I actually had that. Well, that sucks. We were talking about Christopher Nolan. I actually have the tweet or what he said. I'm known for my love of theatrical and put my whole life into that. But the truth, no. I worked on the Blu-ray for months to create a version that you can buy and own at home and put on a shelf so no evil streaming service can come steal it from you. I forgot that I had that. I actually had his quote. But oh well. But I also wanted to bring this up. The Abyss Special Edition experienced the movie remastered in 4K in theaters for one night only on December 6th. Now, of course, that means that a 4K Blu-ray is finally going to come to home video. The Abyss, very famously, was only on VHS and DVD. It was never on Blu-ray. The last release of The Abyss was this transfer. DVD, a 2-disc, which look at how fat and how much room this 2-disc collection takes up. But this came with like a booklet. Look at this. Like a booklet of stuff. When's the last time you saw a DVD come with a booklet that wasn't from Arrow or Criterion? Yeah. This is a Fox release. And I've still got the buy any 4 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment DVDs and get one free. Oh, wow. Here are the selections. Choose your free DVD movie from the following list of hot hits from 20th Century Fox. Big, Broken Arrow, Bulworth, Commando, Dr. Dolittle, The Edge, How Stellar Got Her Groove Back, Marked for Death, Mrs. Doubtfire, Romeo plus Juliet, Strange Days, and The Towering Inferno. I wonder if I could still send this in. Oh no, I'm sorry. Offer expires August 31st, 2000. That's how old this DVD is. This is the last transfer that they've done is this right here. So yeah, I'm excited to see that in 4K on a freaking big screen. Hell to the yeah. Okay? Let's see. Hugo Glenn Coco. Garfield Halloween Special was kind of scary as a kid. You own the DVD? Do you own this? Because I think they probably released a release that was maybe like one disc, but this is the one that I own, and this is like I bought this when it came out. In fact, I'm actually kind of surprised. Yeah, no receipt in here. But I bought this when it came out because I was excited. But yeah. You Need Abyss. Rob's honesty about Lindsay makes me happy AF. My Lindsay is Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy VII. I mean, if we're not competing here. But mine is about this far a little more attainable. But only about this far. Because neither one are attainable, right? Nolan isn't at Ridley's level in interviews, but he does come out with some nice lines. I really enjoy Christopher Nolan a lot. You know, you might not like all of his movies, but I like him. And I'm right there. When a Christopher Nolan movie comes out, I'm excited. I'm excited. It's just the way it is. In fact, is this? I can't remember. Hold on a second. This is going to be interesting if this will work. I want to try something. Does work. Hold on. Oh, no, it probably is anamorphic. Is it anamorphic? Does it say? Includes both the special edition with 28 minutes of additional footage plus the original theatrical. It's not playing. Is it not playing because... I hear it. Okay, I'm going to stop that because I might get... Yeah, I just muted it. I was going to see if I could pull up the DVD quality to show you how far we would have come. But unfortunately, it's probably because, this is Mac, right? And they probably have some sort of copy protection on here through the DVD. So anyway, I was curious if this was in 2000. I can't remember when they started basically saying, okay, everything has to be anamorphic widescreen, not basically on a 16:9 screen is just matted. So then you'd have black bars on the left and right side, just like you would with a 4:3, but then the 4:3 image would have black bars. And then so the image is, kind of in here like this instead of being, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making any sense. I know what I'm talking about because I'm in my own brain. Anyway. Big is S tier. I mean, it's fine, but it's also 1988. And so it's, 35 years old and I don't know. It's fine. Wonder if that has something to do with the quality of the CGI in Abyss movie, like it was saved on 740p or something. Oh, it was probably It's weird, man, because if you think about it, there was no digital. This 1989 is when The Abyss was made, right? So, and I'm just talking about, well, Big came out in 1988, so who cares? Well, I don't know. It's different. But in 1989, they didn't have to worry about DVD or any digital format, but they did still have to worry about it being projected on a big screen up against 35 millimeter footage. So you would think that the CG, any effects that they did would still have to look good on a 35 millimeter print, right? Which is, it's the thing that's always bothered me. Because in theory, a 35 millimeter print or a 35 millimeter frame of film is higher resolution than a 4K image. So when they talk about having to resample these, these effects, I just don't get it. And the reason that, like the scene in Aliens, it's the one that I always think of when I think about rear projection scenes. That and RoboCop with Ed 209. What they basically did is, for example, the Ed 209 scene. So imagine that my microphone is Ed 209. Ed 209 is real. It's a real stop motion, whatever. But then back here, they projected the movie that they shot. They projected that on the screen in the background, and then they've got the real stop motion figure in front. And what happens is there's a decline in the way that it looks because this was rear projection, which means it's projected on a screen behind, and then it's filmed again. So there's a degradation of the film. In The Abyss, a lot of it was done with like the first attempts at CG. But what resolution were those done at? And then when you upsample that or rescan the negatives, these 35 millimeter negatives, in order to get a 4K quality image, what does that look like? I don't know. And that's something that I've never really understood. Because to me, it's like, there's really no need to mess with that. Because if it looked good on a 35 millimeter presentation in a theater, then I'm sure it'll look good on a 4K image. But I can guarantee you that a lot of that is James Cameron is a stickler for quality. And when the dropship crashes, it's basically a model crashing. And there's the shot of it crashing is basically all model work, right? And then there's rocks and the people running in front of those rocks, but behind that, it's projected the model work and the explosion that happens, right? So he's probably looking at that and going, man, I want to fix that. I want to make that look better. But there's only so much you can do because you did that with rear projection. So I don't know. That's got to be the problem. And that's probably why it took so long for a Blu-ray or anything to come out, is because Blu-ray really makes those things clear. And maybe it's because of the quality of the screens, right? Like he didn't care because you were watching it on a 320 by 240 TV. So it didn't matter. I don't know. Commando for me. Oh yeah. I mean, Commando's not bad. It's goofy, but it's not bad. I don't know any other directors who are at Ridley's level in interviews aside from Werner Herzog. I don't know if I've ever watched a Werner Herzog interview. Ridley, though, is seriously on another level. Star Wars prequels, the effects were done in 1080p, so that's really the best you're going to get. Right, which is part of the reason why he wanted to redo those for the special editions so that in the future, on future releases, it would look better. But yeah. Strange Days is another movie I want on Blu-ray, only on DVD in US and on Max, not available for digital purchase. Right. And there is a release that I believe is in Germany. Not sure if it's region free, but it's actually it's pretty expensive. but it's actually in 35:1. It's in its original format. What you're watching on Max is a blown up to 16:9, so it's cutting off the left and right sides of the image. I could have sworn that I still had the VHS of Strange Days in widescreen. But I don't know if I ever bought it on DVD or Blu-ray. I mean, I know I don't have it on Blu-ray, but I thought I had it on DVD, but apparently I don't. So, yeah, I got a version on the website that was 1080p. So anyway. But yeah, that's another movie that I mean, and I get it. I get it why it's not available here in the United States. It's a rough movie. There's yeah, I'm not going to say the words because I don't want anything to be said on, or you know what I mean, the YouTube algorithms and all that stuff. But that movie's rough. Rough for a couple of different reasons. But man, it's good. Like I love that movie. I still love it. I wonder what theaters Abyss will be in. We only have Icon and a Cinemark here. Yeah, I don't know. No, there hasn't been any other information released so far. I guess we'll find out. I wonder if Fandango has anything on it. Let's see. Abyss. The Abyss Special Edition 4K Restoration. Comes out December 6th. Tickets are not on sale yet. So there you go. Not on sale yet. So yeah. Yours is human, mine is a character. You're married, so we're tied with unobtainable. Well, I mean, I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure it's still going to be pretty tough, even if I wasn't married, to get with Lindsay Lohan, because she's married and is pregnant and all that kind of stuff now. I think I heard that she's having a baby or had a baby. Either way, it's probably not in the cards, regardless. So it's okay. Yeah, unfortunately, the freaking man got to roll. If Rob loves us enough to still be streaming in 90 minutes or so, I'll be back. If probably another hour. And make sure you watch the replay because Bucho, I will be doing your very special. You have to go live alone on a desert island for a year. We're going to be doing that. Let's see. Looking at the Abyss technical specifications, negative format 16 millimeter Kodak, 65 millimeter special effects Eastman, 35 millimeter also horizontal Eastman. Okay, so yeah, I'm not sure what that means as far as what quality the effects were done in, but I mean it's 1989, so it couldn't have been very high, which is why the it definitely looks first generation CG, you know what I mean? But let's get in with some more news. There's this. This is pretty simple. Kevin Feige confirms his Star Wars movie is not moving forward. But it was never really announced by Lucasfilm. I basically looked into it. And this was first announced by The Hollywood Reporter. And that was it. There wasn't any official there wasn't any official Lucasfilm saying, yes, this was happening. Now, does that mean that it wasn't official? No, it probably was. But it's really not that big of a deal because we didn't know what we were going to get. We didn't know what was going to happen. The Marvel Maestro hired Loki head writer Michael Waldron to pen the script, and then nothing happened. What are you going to do? You know? Put it on the pile of movies that were announced or that we got information on, and then it didn't happen. That's just the way it goes. So no Kevin Feige Star Wars movie. Now, do I think that it could have been good? Of course. But there's a lot of could have been, you know? There's a lot of could have been. Speaking of Disney, there's this. This happened late last week, I think. Disney Plus and Hulu is merged. And of course, now that Disney owns or will own 100% of Hulu, they purchased the remaining amount from Comcast. In the US, now we will have a Disney Plus Hulu combined, sort of like the way that it is in the rest of the world. So there you go. Stupid Disney buying everything. Well, I mean, they owned a majority of Hulu already, but they co-owned it with Comcast. Isn't it Comcast? Yeah, Comcast. Disney said it would pay at least $8.61 billion to Comcast. So yeah, Disney still needs to close its deal with Comcast to buy out NBC Universal's 33% stake. So they already own 67% of it. So your Hulu will be inside the Disney Plus app. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work. So you have Hulu but not Disney Plus? I don't necessarily see, that's the thing. I'm not sure that the rates are going to go up. I would think you got all three. Okay, so yeah, I think Hulu will go away and then Disney Plus will just have Hulu stuff in it. So here's my thought though. Will they make the new combined product the same price as it would have been if you combined, or if you did a bundle for Disney Plus and Hulu? ESPN will remain separate. So I'm not sure how that's all going to work. And we don't know. But it's already going to be launching next month, merged for bundle subscribers. So I think if you still have Hulu but not Disney Plus, I think it'll still be its own app. But if you have, I don't know. So yeah, here's the prices right now. So Disney Plus and Hulu with ads, $9.99 a month, $19.99 a month without ads. So yeah, it says at the time, he said the new combined offering would launch by the end of 2023, available to customers who subscribe to both streaming services. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, or as far as what I can tell, Hulu will remain separate if you only want Hulu, until at which point, I'm guessing when they hand the money over to NBC Universal for the remaining share of Hulu, then Hulu will just be part of Disney Plus. And if you want Hulu but not Disney Plus, you're basically screwed. I think that's the way that's going to work. So that is a thing. Why don't they send $8.1 billion to Maui? Well, I mean, why don't any rich companies do the thing that they could do and would save a whole bunch of? Because why doesn't Jeff Bezos, fix cancer? I don't know. I mean, Disney is not the only company in the world that's interested in their own profit margin. So, and I'm including every company in the world. That's their main interest. And the only reason they give money to charities is because of the tax write-offs. So that's just the thing. Tonight before the show, I downgraded. Watch the anime Film Red Line. Okay. That's out of the blue. I mean, I don't know what that is. Or what it has to do with Disney and Hulu. I don't know. But anyway. Of course, we all knew this was bound to happen eventually. But there you go. 86% vote on the end of the strike. Of course, that happened last week. And yeah, it's a thing. It's done. Now, there were two main things that I think were a big deal. Most of the AI stuff has been like gotten rid of. I don't know if you've heard of Nice Hair, Rob. Bucho approves. Thanks. Justine Bateman, who was on Family Ties, she played Mallory on Family Ties back in the day. She has been doing. She basically went to school and stopped acting and started, all this other stuff that she was doing, working behind the scenes and whatever. Anyway, she was talking about the AI and what you really have to look out for as an actor with the AI stuff. And there are still ways for the actors or for the studios / producers to take advantage of some of the situations where, well, if this happens and this happens, then we can still use your digital likeness without contacting you or paying you anymore. So there's still some things that are going on. I would highly recommend anybody who's interested in that. I'm telling you, her tweet threads are thorough and actually kind of interesting if you're interested in this whole subject. But also the revenue sharing, where it's something like in the first 90 days of release, if a streaming show is gets like 20% of the people of the subscribers watch that show, then you get a bonus. So it's not a revenue sharing or it's not the same as it was with residuals, but it is bonus based on performance, but only in the first 90 days and all that kind of stuff. So that's still kind of an interesting thing. And that SAG-AFTRA, decided that, 86% of the people voted that yes, it was worthy of doing and agreeing to that. The AI stuff that the studios wanted to do it was ridiculous. So I'm glad that they got that all figured out and that both sides seem to be pretty happy. So, and now they're back at work, which means we're going to start getting a bunch of announcements. And there's going to be a bunch of things going to be coming down the pipe, but next year is going to be pretty light unless it's, something that's not CG heavy and post-production heavy, I should just say. So yeah. Why can't the directors and producers write the script? Because there's a lot of people that don't. Okay, I'm having a trouble. Many actors will be full AI and CG. I'm sure there will be some situations where that will happen, but no one. Yeah. Some strikers were about to lose their homes. That's why it ended. Well, that was a threat from some of the studio heads that we need to starve them out. But the actors got some good deals out of that, considering that they weren't getting anything based on streaming, performance. I'd say that's a win. The fact that in most cases, the studios won't be able to use someone's likeness in perpetuity, I'd say that's a win. So, yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of what you see in, say, The Two Towers and Return of the King. A lot of those, a lot of the people fighting in the distance, those were AI. That was CG, full CG. Massive, I think, is the program, where it showed basically a program showing a realistic battle from a distance that you can see it and it looks like real people and all that kind of stuff. So it's not a new thing, but putting Tom Cruise's face on one, and then the studio saying, okay, now that we've scanned your face, we get to use you forever and ever, and we don't have to pay you for that. I'm saying the starring roles in major films will be AI. Okay, when? I mean, sure, it might happen, but do you want to see that movie? I mean, I don't know if I want to see that movie. It's just me. Now, the last thing on the list, and we're talking about the news that I came up with. Coyote versus Acme. Now, I'm sure you heard about this. But Warner Brothers said, no. This movie's done with production. We're in post-production. It's already been tested. It tested well. We're not going to release it. And apparently a bunch of the people that worked on the movie found out about it through Twitter or X, whatever you want to say. Well, this came out yesterday that Warner Brothers is now setting up screenings for different streamers for the Axed Looney Tunes film, Amazon a prime candidate. So it says screenings are being set up this week for streamers Amazon, Apple, and Netflix to check out and potentially purchase the Looney Tunes movie Coyote versus Acme, which stars John Cena and some others. The fact is, we haven't seen this movie. The thing that they keep saying is, oh, well, it tested well. Okay. Where are all these people that have seen this movie, and why haven't they said anything? How do we know that it's actually a good movie? We don't. But because you hear the fact that it's in post-production and it was canceled, a lot of people get upset. Trust me, I am not defending Warner Brothers here at all. I think some of the decisions that have been made with Warner Brothers is kind of crazy. And some of the things being said, kind of crazy. But we don't know how good or bad this movie is. But the fact that they're doing this, especially now, makes me think, was this planned? Did they say, we don't really want to finish this movie? Let's say that we're going to not release it. People will get angry about it. And then we can set up this thing, a screening where all the different streamers are like fighting over it. And there'll be a bidding war and we'll make our money back. I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. But there you go. I kind of find it interesting that this is all happening at all. So, there you go. That is the thing. And do I want to see it? Yes. Because it sounds like it's Who Framed Roger Rabbit done with today's technology. I think that's awesome. I think that's cool. And it sounds like something I'd want to see. So, yeah. There you go. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen there? Let's see. You can put the custom voice of AI into many video games, even make the characters sound like movie stars. Okay? You can pay a modder $20 to make the main character of Cyberpunk to have any voice you want. Voice actor you want. I mean, yeah. James, you came in hot and you came in with all this AI stuff, and I'm not sure where. I mean, yeah, I was talking about AI, but what is, I'm confused. We need a damn remaster or remake of the Two Towers, Return of the King, and the Third Age games. Well, the problem there is that you've got to relicense that, right? Since it's a licensed game. So basically, you're going to have to pay extra for that. And now, probably the people that own the rights, the video game rights at that point, are probably now a different set of people. Like, who is that big company that bought up a bunch of stuff? Like, and everybody was like, who are these people? Didn't they buy the rights to the Lord of the Rings stuff? I'm not sure. Ito Ramos, the coyote, is not bad. He is just drawn that way. Well, I mean, yeah, the Roger Rabbit thing. But no, it would be really cool to see that technology happen with today's technology. Because Who Framed Roger Rabbit was kind of awesome. Still is awesome. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that I think that's a pretty awesome movie. So there you go. Can't believe Eddie Murphy turned down the Roger Rabbit role. Like, what do you mean? Did he turn down the Bob Hoskins role? Because if that's true, that's an alternate version I would have liked to have seen. But I don't know if it would have worked as well. Is it true they messed up the 4K transfer? Okay, wow. The Bob Hoskins role. Wow. Well, I mean, that's what happens, right? Sometimes. I mean, the fact that Will Smith turned down Neo, and then The Matrix became what it was. I mean, I bet he looks at that and goes, damn, But would it have been as good? I don't know. I don't think it would have been as good with Will Smith. I'm just saying. He thought the idea of animation and real life together was stupid. Well, he learned a lesson, didn't he? But is it true they messed up the 4K transfer of T2? I'm watching it in 4K and it doesn't look that good. I don't know. What I would do is, or Tom Selleck and Indiana Jones. I know it. I mean, that one was a different situation, right? Wasn't he was still contractually obligated to do Magnum PI? And then wasn't the same thing with Bond and Pierce Brosnan? That the reason that it took so long for him to become Bond is because he couldn't get out of Remington Steel? Kurt Russell would have been a good Indy. Very different, but yeah, that could have been cool. That could have been really cool. Eddie on that movie would have been legend. I mean, it could have been great. But that's the thing. I mean, Christopher Walken tried out for Han Solo. I mean, who knows what that would have been like? I can't imagine Magnum PI as Indiana Jones. I know. And that Remington Steel thing too, yeah. The what was that Chip and Dale thing where they had one dressed up as Indy and one dressed up as Magnum PI? It's kind of funny. But I think Tom Selleck ended up doing a movie called High Road to China. Very Indiana Jones-esque. I mean, totally different character, but it was reminiscent of Indiana Jones. It was kind of interesting to see that. And Bess Armstrong, I think was her name. She was in Jaws 3. She was the female lead in this High Road to China. I want to see that movie again because it's been, seriously, almost 40 years since I've seen it. I rewatched They Live, still holds up. Wow. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. But I mean, I've seen the fight many times, right? Because it just keeps coming up as almost like as a meme. I just got earlier this year from Kino one of the movies that inspired Indiana Jones, Charlton Heston movie called Secret of the Incas. Good movie, worth a purchase. I've never heard of that. Never heard of it at all. Let's see. I mean, let's pull it up. Secret of the Incas. (1954). Oh, look at that. Look at him with his leather jacket on. I mean, just the poster right here kind of looks like an Indiana Jones thing. Interesting. An adventurer searches for hidden treasure in the Peruvian jungles. Wow. Cool. I'm going to stop that because I don't want I don't know if you can't hear my computer, right? You can't hear the fan on my computer. My fan on my computer is like, I made the mistake of, I'll tell you this, Ricky, if you're still here, I don't know if you're here, Ricky, but with Mac, you don't have to restart your Mac for sometimes weeks, right? But if you're doing anything super processor intensive, it's a good idea to go ahead and restart your Mac. So, yeah, there you go. That's just a thing. So, for this, for a stream, I always restart my Mac before the stream, like 30 minutes before the stream, then get everything reset up and all that kind of stuff. I forgot to do it today. So, there you go. You did a thing. Uh-oh. You need to collect movie villain figures. Like Tote and... You're talking about Indiana Jones or just in general? Oh, just in general. Who wouldn't you want to be chased by? Pick one. Jason, a Terminator, a Predator, or a Xenomorph? Dude. Let's see. Xenomorph, you'd probably die well, I don't know. Xenomorph or Predator, you'd probably die the fastest. Terminator, you'd probably die pretty fast. Jason would take a bit, but... Yeah, I'll say none of them. None of them. I used Affirm and got another Asus ROG Ally. Stop, Ricky. Secret of the Ingas, if you saw, he has the famous hat in the hand in that portion of the video, but some screenshots you can see him wearing it. Well, I mean, we saw it in the poster. Yeah. I already closed it. Sorry. But before we end off, I do want to... Yo, Rob, so bummed had to miss Really Rad this year. Hope you had a blast. Hope you all had a blast and will for sure try and make it next year. Beer Chasers, I didn't go. I didn't go because I had the sickness that must not be named. And yeah. So just joined Crajan75. Welcome. Good to see you, man. I'm keeping this one. That's why I bought the 2 terabyte SSD for it. Just like I'm keeping this Mac Mini because it's an amazing emulation machine. I want a Mac Mini so bad. In fact, if you want to know what's on my wish list this year, it's not a Mac Mini. It's not a MacBook. It is that. Oh, damn, my fat head's in the way. I want this so bad. I really do. I think this would completely change my my channel. Because I would be doing stuff outside more. It simplifies everything. And I think it would be awesome. But there you go. I want the Osmo Pocket 3. I want it bad. But it's the one that I want is almost $700 and I don't have $700 to spend on something. So next year we do it double big. Oh yeah. Yeah. Can you stream with it too? I don't think you can stream with it, but you can use it as a secondary camera. Like, I mean, I could use it, switch off. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Man, there are a lot of pop-ups on this freaking website. Where? Up to 30% off. Where? Oh, okay. Okay, stuff that I don't want. So let me close this because they're just going to keep putting stuff up in the thing. There we go. If you stream with it, I might get it. Yeah, I believe it's you can use it as a camera for streaming. I believe. You probably want to look into that. But I may get that Osmo Pocket 3. Yes, I don't need it, but that thing is just amazing, especially for the price. It's great. Is that an Osmo in your pocket? No. It's my huge package. No. Raiders costume designer Deborah Naduelman Landis. We did watch this film together as a crew several times, and I always thought it strange that the filmmakers did not credit it later as the inspiration for the series and quipped that the film is almost a shot-for-shot Raiders of the Lost Ark. Wow. Interesting. Secret of the Incas. I'm just curious if it's available to stream anywhere. Probably not. It's the way it always is, especially with older movies. It is available to rent and to purchase. I'm on the wrong. Can I do this? There you go. So you can rent it for $3.99 on Apple TV, Amazon, or Vudu, or you can buy it for $12.99 on Apple TV, Amazon, and Vudu. But yeah, really interesting. If I can stream with it, I might get it. Yeah, I would definitely look into it because I'm telling you, I saw that and I saw like, oh my God, some of these videos where I'm literally just sitting here and talking, I can be walking around. Now, I mean, I could do it, like this, just walk around with my phone or whatever, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. So I don't know. I just think it would change things a lot. And it would make going to conventions really fun too. YouTube has it free. Okay. There you go. It would have to be able to hook up to your phone or something if you wanted to stream outside or something. Oh yeah. You would have to, I'm sure DJI has an app where it'll record directly to your phone. It'll probably be a similar situation where you probably would be able to stream through it, but all I know is I saw that you could stream to an SD card, and I saw that you could have their wireless microphone thing on you and you could walk around and do things. I'm like, dude, I want that. I just want it. Okay. But before we go, we got about 20 minutes before it's time for me to hit it. Need to drink more water. Again, Hydration Bear doesn't mess around. Yeah. And yeah, making some videos. Full movie uploaded, confirmed. Well, there you go. Watch it on YouTube. This is Bucho, by the way. Bam. He says, kind of a twist on a classic proposition. You have to go live alone on a desert island for a year. What 3 movies do you take? What 3 books do you take? What 3 albums do you take? And then it says, now, how do those choices change if both you and April are going to be on the island for a year, so you have to share each of those 3-piece sets? And then Bucho said, to expand it, you get an additional choice for each category, but the 4th movie has to be a documentary, the 4th book nonfiction, and the 4th album stand-up comedy. And then Carbonite said, also, what 3 video games? So here's the thing. I've thought about this for a whole 12 seconds. What 3 movies would I take? What 3 movies would I take? One, Booty Call? I don't know about that. Malibu's Most Wanted. Suburban Sasquatch. No. One would be Shaun of the Dead. That is definitely one that I can watch over and over and over and over. Man, I've watched that movie so many times, but I would love it. Lord of the Rings trilogy would be good, but look, that'd be one of my books right there. I would take this book. This is one I would have. So there you go. Fellowship, Two Towers, Return of the King. That's one book for sure. I wouldn't want the movie. The movies are good. Don't get me wrong. Okay? But I'd take the book. But definitely Shaun of the Dead. God, man. I mean, it really is a good question. It's an amazing question. Because Shaun of the Dead, my wife loves too. It'd probably have to be Alien because I love that movie. And April also loves that movie. So that's one of them. What did I say? Shaun of the Dead, Alien. I'm going to say, I know this is going to be a surprise. I'm going to say Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Because those three movies are movies. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to take Hitchhiker's Guide out. So, Shaun of the Dead, Alien, and I just had it. What was it? Oh, Jaws. Shaun of the Dead, Alien, Jaws. That's what I've come up with in the last 5 seconds. So there you go. Okay. Books. Lord of the Rings. It's difficult. It's a good one. I would probably say Stephen King's The Stand because I love that book and it's so big that it would take a while to finish it and it's got a lot. I would probably also take I need a classic in there, right? I mean, you consider Lord of the Rings a classic? You consider this a classic? I mean, yeah, right? But I was thinking like I don't know, like the complete Shakespeare or something. Is that a thing? Am I allowed to do that? Oh, by the way, 3 Tune to Yuma. I got this for $3 at Half Price Books the other day. Perfect condition. I mean, seriously, it's a perfect disc. It just wasn't priced. It wasn't priced, and I got it for $3, and I think that's awesome. So, you have access to a Half Price Books, go get yourself some Blu-rays there. I've had nothing but good luck with Half Price Books when it comes to used Blu-rays and stuff. So there you go. And then okay, nonfiction. God, man, that's tough. I'm trying to think of something that my wife and I would both like to read. And I think there's a book called The Framers' Coup that we're both really, really, really excited about reading, and we both have kind of forgotten about it. But it's about the framers of the Constitution. and how they were basically, it just sounded like an interesting book. So it'd probably be something like that. What 3 albums do you take? I don't know if I would get the majority of those. I'm pretty sure April would want me to would probably want me to um hand those over. But I would say for me it would be 9 Inch Nails, The Fragile for sure. Um the only question is, do I want Enema, however you want to say it. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. Tool or 10,000 Days. Hmm. Because the last one for me would be The Police, Synchronicity. That was my first album that I ever bought, first full-length album I ever bought, and I love it to this day. It's one of my favorite albums, and if you listen to some of my music, it's very Police inspired. The way song structure, even some chord structure, I'm very Police inspired. So, and Sting inspired. So, yeah. Um so yeah, that would be that. Um I mean, I'd have to pick the Bill Hicks greatest hits collection, right? But again, I don't know what April would probably toss out a lot of that. So, but this is definitely coming no matter what. Cuz I just finished I say I just finished it. I man, reading that again, I have such a greater appreciation for it after reading it again. And now I'm reading The War of the Ring, which is right there, actually. The War of the Ring, which is kind of the history of Middle Earth, is kind of like the making of Lord of the Rings and what things changed. And like for example, in the Two Towers, is it in the Two Towers? Yeah, it is in the Two Towers, right? When Frodo and Sam and Gollum come across, or Faramir, right? And Faramir kind of takes them hostage. Not hostage, but captures them. And then the exchange between them is really interesting in the movie because Faramir he plays it in a way where he's almost got that kind of wide-eyed, like crazed look, just like Boromir had when it came to the ring. In the book, it's not like that. And also, when he was originally, Faramir came into the story very late. He wasn't there was a character that was the head of the people that captured him, but it wasn't Faramir, and he wasn't related to Boromir. So it's just interesting seeing how everything changes over time and how the story is like crafted over time. And that's what I love about reading these. It is a lot of, and I think a lot of people wouldn't like this. You're basically rereading the same passages, but with new information and new ideas put in there. And then it's like, I'll tell you this, like, this is the thing that Christopher Tolkien does, is he'll say, I'll tell you this, man, this whole section was almost exact to the original, or to what was released, what the end version. But then it goes off on this thing, and the timing's all off. Like he's got to retool everything so that the things that he's referring to when you're talking to when you're with Sam and Frodo have to coincide with what's happening with Aragorn and Gandalf and Merry and Pippin on their little adventure. And then when he splits it again, so you got Gandalf and Pippin at Minas Tirith, you got Aragorn and Merry and Gimli and Legolas with the Rohirrim, And then you've got Sam and Frodo. You're basically telling three separate stories, and you've got to have things make sense timing wise. Dude, it really is impressive. And it's one of those things that I love about reading these is that I get an insight as to how it was created. And now that I'm, actually doing some writing, it actually helps me. And it's really interesting to see his process and see where, and the way that he talks about things, because you get some of his letters too, which just came out, is an update called, I don't know if you guys are like extremely bored by this, but I'm sorry if you are. A new release called The Letters of J.R.R. Tolkien, where it's different letters that he wrote to his son, wrote to different fans over the years, and they collected these in a thing, and you get a lot of insight into what he was thinking when he wrote this or when he wrote that. Anyway, there's a lot of letters between he and Christopher, where he's basically saying, hey, I'm working on Sam and Frodo with Faramir today, and this is going down. But it's the way that he says that he's like surprised how things play out. It's almost like he's discovering the story as he goes along, and it's fascinating. It's just fascinating stuff. So, yeah. Okay, y'all are talking about your other than Suburban Sasquatch, which did not make it on the list. But no, so yeah, books easy. And then what was the fourth movie documentary, Cosmos. No question. April doesn't get a choice. She's watching Cosmos. Book nonfiction, yeah. Fourth album stand-up comedy, gotta be Bill Hicks, right? Gotta be. And then video games. Carbonite wanted video games. Okay. One of them has to be Mega Man 2. Because Mega Man 2 is probably the game, other than Diablo, that I played the most back in the day. I got to where it's weird watching like Arcus. Arcus streams on Twitch, and he does speed runs. And watching him go through Mega Man 2 is like, holy crap, I used to do the same things, but I'm way slower than he was. And then he would go through things a little different than I would. Of course, because I was really just playing through the game. Let's play through the game and beat it. I would take my time, get my energy level up, right? Fill up any weapons that I needed to fill up. If you know Mega Man 2, you know what I'm talking about. With Arcus, he just flies through the levels, and it's really interesting to see what he does and what the choices he makes. And he does a lot of these weird glitch skips that are in the game that anybody can do, but I've never learned those. So it's interesting seeing that. But Mega Man 2's got to be definitely one of those. I would probably put something of some Mario game on there. Either Mario 3, Mario World, or maybe Wonder. And the only reason I say those is because they're games that I know April would like to play. She loves playing any of the older Mario games. Mario 3, I know she likes. Mario World, I don't know if she's beaten it, but she's played that a lot. Of course, now she's like, when she does play, she wants to play stuff like, she plays Battlefront 2. She dies a lot, but she likes playing that. And I like playing it, but I just got tired of dying all the time, but she'll play it all the time. The other game, God, what would I pick? Breath of the Wild, probably, right? Yeah. Yeah, probably. Yeah. If I had access to the internet, I might get Diablo 3 or 4, probably 3. I played Diablo 3 much more than I've played Diablo 4. So anyway, okay, what'd I miss? Night at the Roxbury. Wow, not a big fan of Night at the Roxbury. I've seen it, just didn't. I mean, it's okay. Have I seen the documentary about the kids who did a shot-for-shot remake of Raiders, and Spielberg heard about it and they came back as adults to finish the flying wing fight? I saw parts, bits and pieces of it. I've never watched the whole thing. But yes, I have heard of it. It's very, very interesting. And even Chris Stuckman has done some of that stuff too, which was kind of fun to watch his stuff. I used to work with Eric Zala, who was a part of that. Oh, look at that. Beer Chasers. That's awesome. Castaway. I mean, timely, but I don't know if I'd want to escape. I wouldn't want something that reminds me of my situation. Watched Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz the other night. Didn't make it to World's End, but that one isn't as good. No, it isn't, but I still like it. But Shaun of the Dead, which I haven't gotten to, right? I wonder if I bought those. No, I didn't. I had to have. They have to be in there somewhere. But Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz are fantastic. I like Shaun of the Dead the best though, and we saw that in the theater when it came out here. I mean, it came out later than it did in England, of course, but man, we loved it immediately. We both were just like, that movie was great. I remember that giant Alita statue. I think I took a pic of it. Yeah, that Alita statue was insane. Oh, that was actually at Movie Trading Company. The Alita statue. Yeah, that was insane. Half Price Books has Conan the Barbarian Blu-ray for $7.49, and it's new on Amazon for $8.39. Okay. You know what? No. I'm just going to rent it. And if I want to buy it, I'll buy that new set, that Arrow set. If it's that good. If it's not that good, then no. The Framers were pretty cool. The Fragile is the no-brainer of the three for me. I'd have to think about the other two. Yeah, the Fragile for sure. I was actually thinking, I know a lot of people don't like Nirvana. Jay hates Nirvana, I think. I think he just can't stand them. I was thinking about wearing my Nirvana shirt over there when we do our filming and stuff. But I don't think Nirvana is... I love Nirvana, a lot. But I don't know if it's a... I want to listen to that all the time. The Fragile is an amazing piece of work, though. It is so good. And 10,000 Days, man, I have listened to that so much. But yeah. My wife reads books about people who foster kids and the stories of the things the kids went through. I cannot read stuff like that. Too depressing. Yeah. William hung for the holidays. Gotta stay festive. You don't want an enema. Well, I've had many. Trust me. It's not fun. I'm talking about the Tool album. So how would you watch those movies and play those records, or are they just to look at? I mean, that's a good point. Bucho didn't bring that up. And he's not here to explain himself. That son of a... But yeah, I mean, I'm guessing you would have some way to watch these. 9 Inch Nails, Downward Spiral, Ghost Eponymous, Clutch, Elephant Riders. You know what? I've never gotten into Clutch. I don't know Ghost Eponymous. I don't know that either. But Clutch, I've never been able to get into them. And I don't know if, because to me, it's like there's some bands that are, imagine just a huge 10-foot wall. And if you listen to some of those albums, you just hit that wall. But then every now and then, there's that Rosetta Stone song or album that makes you go, oh, I get it now. And then it unlocks the rest of it. Has anybody found that? Because I'll be honest with you. I heard Broken before I heard the Downward Spiral. Because one of my friends was big into 9 Inch Nails way before the Downward Spiral came out. And he let me borrow Broken. And I'm like, it just sounds like a lot of noise. But the downward spiral was the key. And it made me go back and listen to the rest of it with a new thing that I go, okay, now I get it. But for a long time, I couldn't get into Broken. So yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting. He's never tempted by the ring in the book. And he's not really in the movie either, but the whole exchange between Faramir and Sam and Frodo is just different in the movie. And it's because they need to amp up the tension and all that stuff. Oh my God, is he going to take it? It's Boromir's brother. Oh my God, you know? But no, in the book, it's different. Oh, thank you, Carbonite. And I apologize. I mean, that's just a part of the deal on YouTube, right? You don't pay YouTube to get rid of the commercials. Ava Gardner once met J.R.R. Tolkien and neither knew why the other was famous. That's pretty funny. Mass Effect 2, Bioshock, Skyrim, Mega Man 2 would be a fourth. Been playing it a lot lately. I love Mega Man 2 a lot, but I tried playing it recently and was like, oh my God, I suck. So it would be one of those that would be fun to get good at it again. And especially if I had the time to sit there and get good at it. I don't have that kind of time right now. And which is why I tried out the, what is it? Wonder Labyrinth, I think. On the Sony Wonder Labyrinth. It's an inexpensive game. I heard somebody say something about it saying, oh yeah, that game's really good. And that was probably like Happy Console Gamer or something. But I remember seeing it was on sale and I said, screw it, I'm going to pick it up. And I hadn't really played it before. And I played it for a bit and was like, wow, this game is really good. Like, I really like this game, but I am way too old and slow for some of this stuff. So that's a game that, and in fact, today on the Indie World, there was a game. There was a game by that same company, and it looks very much like, it's not a sequel to Wonder Labyrinth, but it's made by the same company, so it's got a lot of the same DNA, I guess. And that one looked really good. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, I'm just going to say, if you like Castlevania games, you need to try out that game. That game might be for you, and you might really, really enjoy it. Because Wonder Labyrinth I was really enjoying it up to a point where there's just a boss that I can't get past. And I got tired of playing it. So, but there you go. Mass Effect 2, great pick. Also on my list. I have all the Mass Effect games and I still haven't played them all. I go back and play Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and it kind of seems like work. Drags on. It's weird. Tears of the Kingdom felt that way going through it for me. And it's because I've been through Breath of the Wild 3.5, almost 4 times. Because I've already played through that gameplay loop a lot, Tears of the Kingdom felt a little bit like that, where I was just like, okay, let's just get to the end. Clutch is good, but it all kind of sounds the same to me. I like Clutch, but Clutch fans are like a cult. Interesting. So is there an album that's maybe more approachable? Because Clutch has always been one of those where I feel like I should be a fan of them. So is there an album of theirs that is more approachable, more like, is there a key for the Clutch that might be like oh man, listen to this song, and if you don't like that song, then you can wash your hands of it. But if you like this song, then start branching out and you might find, you know what I mean? If you could make a movie in your way, not Game Chaser related, what kind of movie would it be? It would be the story that I have had rolling around in my head for the last 15 years. That has nothing to do with Game Chaser stuff. It has nothing to do with me. It's just a story. And I will say that it's a sort of a detective story with some sci-fi elements. But Yeah, set in an alternate future. If I could do that and have like I guarantee you, if I could go to a studio and pitch this idea, I know who I'd want to work with. You know, I know like I in hey, this idea is so good. Pick your director, or if you want to direct it, which I probably would because I'm a I think I would be a control freak about this. But I know who I'd want my cinematographer to be. Cinematographer I would want. And yeah, there would be some design work that would have to be done. I'll tell you this. If you watch The Creator, if you watch the movie The Creator, and don't the story is what it is, okay? But if you took some of the ideas from The Creator as far as design wise, the way things look, the utilitarian-esque design work that was done for The Creator is a lot of the stuff that I would want in this story. So imagine a future, but it's alternate from ours. So it would branch out in a different way. That's what I would want. And a lot of it, man, the DNA of the look, of the design of The Creator is what I would want for my movie or for my story. Because, man, who would score? Man, that's tough. I think it would all depend on who was cast as the main character. Because that flavor, because originally when I was when I first started trying to figure out who this guy was, for me it was Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That was going to be my main character. That's how I was writing it. I was writing it for Joseph Gordon-Levitt, basically, or conceiving of it for him. He's too old now for that character, so it's that kind of character. Who would I get? I don't know. Like Ryan Gosling when he was younger could have played this part. A young Joseph Gordon-Levitt could have played this part. I don't know who would play now. But it was just it is interesting. The score though, there's part of me that thinks Hans Zimmer because I love Hans Zimmer's work and I like a lot of his sci-fi work. But I also think and we're talking if I could do anything. Oh man. I think Hans Zimmer would kill it. So yeah. Director though is, I mean, come on. If I had my way, any director ever, it'd be Ridley Scott. Come on. And dude, Jerry Goldsmith would make a killer score for this too. Each Clutch to me sounds different. I would try the self-titled album or Blast Tyrant. Okay. Notes from the stream. Carbonite, Clutch, self-titled, or Blast Tyrant. Thank you. I'm going to give him a shot. But yeah, I would love to make a movie like that. I would love to make this movie. And it would not just be a movie, it would be a series. And like the way that I can see the way that it would play out, it would be one of those where someone like me would be like, okay, holy shit, make more now. Like I want to know what happens now because it is very episodic, I guess. I think it's a killer idea. It could be a series of say 4 or 5 movies, or it could be a TV series. The way that it's put together, it could be an ongoing series, or it could be a it could be a full like like killer 4 or 5 movie thing. Morricone would be nice. Yeah, I don't think he would fit. The flavor wouldn't fit. You need somebody that can do future. Who would be a leading lady? That's tough because the way that I've been conceiving it without a love interest. There is a love interest, but I also feel like that's the absolute weakest part of the story. And I need to work on that. Charlton Copley and Neil Blomkamp. That's an almost that's a different style than what I'm looking for, Ricky, but I do like their style. Like both of them. Great actor, great director. Visualize director. You know what I mean? I love that. But no. And Lindsay Lohan, no. Lohan. It's actually Lohan now, isn't that? And that's how you say it? Lindsay Lohan. Even though it's spelled Lohan. No. I don't know. But see, that depends on how young or old you, because the main character and the lead female went to school together, or at least that's the way it is right now. So however old you, I wouldn't want one of those stories where, you know, like freaking Bag of Bones, where you've got a 58-year-old man dating a 28-year-old. I'm sorry. Dude, if you're 58 and you can land a 28-year-old, good for you. But that's not what I want for my story. I want the story that makes sense to me. Absolutely, Ricky. You're right. The way that he visualized the way things work, and you know, everything about his visuals is amazing. Great stuff. Alan Silvestri is at a different mood. I mean, Silvestri could do it, but is he still around doing stuff? I was trying to think of other than Ridley, because I mean, let's be honest, I love Ridley Scott to death, but he's getting close, you know? Hans Zimmer is getting up there in years too, but I still think he's got that lock in my head of that's what I would want. I would want a Hans Zimmer-esque Blade Runner 2049 kind of score. You know what I mean? Orb the fat guy and skinny girl troop. What? Ridley Scott is hit or miss. True. But he's never failed me visually. Every single movie has something that I pause and I go, holy crap, that's gorgeous. I love the framing, or I love the set design. I love the costume design. Ridley is in everything a stickler for detail, and I love that about Ridley. So, yeah. Is there action in it? Lots. But there's a heavy sci-fi element to it, but it's also well, at least the way the story's written, or in my head, it's very uncompromising in the violence. So it's an interesting mixture of things. So, are you hoping for any Black Friday specials? Last year I got Peacock for 99 cents per month for 12 months. I mean, that's amazing. Sure. I mean, who knows? I mean, there's nothing that I'm like, I would love to get that Osmo Pocket 3, but it just came out. So it's not like they're going to do a deal on that. But, I mean, not really. Here's the thing you have to understand about me. I'm in a very, very, very lucky position. I got a lot of my Black Friday deals already because I got my Criterion movies coming. I got some good movies that are on the way. So yeah, I'm kind of good. I don't really need anything. Would I like a new Mac? Sure. Would I like a new this or that? Sure. Would I like a Steam Deck for $5? Yes. But probably won't get that. You know what I mean? I feel the same way with Fincher. His way of filming is natural yet mysterious. Yeah, but it's interesting seeing the way The Killer was filmed is different. It's his style, but it's done in a very slick way, which is interesting. The tropes, Ted, I don't like tropes. I don't like using tropes. But I get what you're saying there. I would love that. I would love to throw those tropes on their head. But then again, when you do that, sometimes you piss off people who go, oh, you're just turning the trope on its head. Which is why, and I know a lot of people hate it. They twitch when I say this name, but it's a lot of what Rian Johnson does is he takes a lot of those tropes and he turns them on his head. And some people don't like that. They don't appreciate that. They don't, especially when it comes to something, let's be honest, with Star Wars. But even when he's done it in other films that are his creations, he has every right to write whatever he wants, right? Because it's his story. He's writing it. But they don't appreciate it there either. And I think that it's one of the great things about The Usual Suspects is, and even Bryan Singer and Christopher McQuarrie both said, they used your knowledge of movies against you. Because they're like, it's really smart the way that they did that movie. That's the way that of course, I would want to try to surprise the audience as much as possible. But sometimes tropes are just, there's no way around it sometimes, So it'll be interesting to see if I ever get to that point where it's time to make something like that. But yeah. Best Buy has an open box, excellent condition ROG Ally for way cheaper than a new one. For now, this ROG Ally will be my Windows machine until I build this new PC. At least it's cheap per monthly payment. Yeah, I like the ROG. I think the ROG Ally is cool, but I want something a little more streamlined. I don't want to mess with stuff. Because I learned that with this. I would rather have a lot of basically, I want a Steam Deck. Is basically what it comes down to. I want that Steam Deck OLED pretty bad. But don't have the money for that either. So, there you go. Found several Star Wars Black Series figures on clearance at Walmart the other day. Saving those for Christmas so I'll have something to open. Yeah, see, figures is one of those things that, I get a few here and there, but that character has to really mean something to me. Like I've got, what do I have? I have the original Mandalorian silver suit, because I really like it. I got Cad Bane. And I got this version of The Mandalorian signed by Yoshi because he worked on season 1, episode 4. And I thought, I am not buying this because it's a collector's item, which it is, but I'm buying this because Yoshi worked on it and he signed it. And I think that's cool. So it's got to mean something to me, Like everything that I buy at a convention, it's mostly stuff that doesn't. I buy it from a person that I like, or almost everything I buy is from Chief, because if Chief is at a convention, I'm buying something from him. So yeah. If you can pick one other director to watch the first screening of your movie and give out critiques, who would you pick? Ooh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. I think Christopher Nolan would be a great one, but also Spielberg. Either one of those for my movie would be amazing. That's a great question. But look, guys, I have got to go to bed because I'm getting up early and going out with the guys. But I could have gotten a Legion Go, but I want the 120 Hz screen on the Ally, and the VRR is great. I could help you install a bunch of stuff on the Steam Deck, Love the Steam Deck, but I wish they had a model without the touchpads. Yeah. I just don't think that's in the cards for a while. Until I get some sort of bonus or something. I don't know. I don't know. Or maybe if I have a really good Christmas, maybe some family members give me some cash. Maybe. Got a whole room full of Star Wars toys and a few lines like I've got easily 600. Wow. Wow, Ted. I had no idea. That's awesome though. I mean, I'm just not big on figures because I'm not big on, not big on character or collecting whole things of a thing. It just doesn't interest me. It's got to mean something really special to me. But anyway, you guys have a great week, weekend. And if you're on the Discord, we're going to talk about this tomorrow and figure out when we're going to do like a hangout / live commentary, for this. Because I think that'd be really cool. So we're going to talk about that and figure it out. Let's see. Let us know for the next hangout, of course. Steam Deck without touchpads, instant buy. Can't wait to hear what you think of Conan the Barbarian. No pressure. Thought Rob would say us to first view his movie. I thought you said what director? If you can pick one other director. I mean, of course I would want you guys to see it, but I thought you meant director. Santa might bring it if you believe in him, that is. Ito. We would be in the same director as that theater. Okay, there you go. Surprise Rob for Christmas. No. You don't have to do that. Don't have to do that. Adventures in Game Chasing is a Christmas movie. I mean, the beginning takes place at Christmas, but love Conan, but I don't want to hype it up for Rob, so I will just say, check it out. You might like it. Okay. Trust me, I'm definitely going to watch it. But anyway, you guys have a great one, and we'll talk soon. And if you're in the Discord, we'll talk even sooner. So, okay, bye.